Right, evening everybody. 12 viewers at the moment. As you can see, we're Luke McGrath and Loon will kick us off tonight. I'm joined in the commentary box by the one and only Mr. Dave Coakley. Say hello, Dave.
Hello, everyone.
And if you don't believe me that that's Dave Coakley, I can show you that it's Dave Coakley. There he is, sitting in the comms box. Chase is ready to go, so we'll shut down our ugly mugs. As you can see, we've got Dan Lernihan, Joe Gamble, Jamie Hughes and Luke McGrath. Not many people will know much about Luke, but first two players up. Loon, you all know Loon. As Luke breaks off, he gets a nice break going there. Lovely break actually. We all know Loon, so no too many introductions needed to be made there. And a lot of you won't know Luke, but he's I think he comes down from the Margate. Well, I don't know much about Luke, Dave.
Canterbury is now. He was Margate, but yeah. I think he's playing with a racker.
Yeah, he is. Yeah, he hasn't even got his own cue tonight. So let's get back onto the action so you can see what's going on. So they're on a 30-second shot clock, 25-minute match clock. You can see the match clock ticking down at the top there. Mr. Harrison looks after that for us because we found out it was a tough job for the ref to do both. Let me know if the sound needs adjusting. It should be okay, but I think I can adjust the sound as and when we need to, but let me know if it's too quiet or whether it's any good. Evening, Bev.
Does he play the gap here, do you think? I think he plays the gap, doesn't he? Gets stuns
I think he does, yeah, if he can. Just drop it in and play, yeah.
Nice shot.
What I'll do, just for you, I missed his break, but...
He's thinking about the old golden breaks?
Yeah, golden break. So cut break is obviously the fancied break. So this is the chat box if anyone's talking away, he'll talk to you. So he's, this could be break dish.
I think he's got a nice angle to stun up.
Yeah. As I said, not a lot of people know a lot about Luke, but I think he's a little bit underrated in this. Everyone's saying that he might struggle to get through. I fancy he's one of the favourites for this. So this could be a very, very quick frame. Less than 2 minutes. The funny thing is, Luke won't have a clue who he's playing. So
there we go. I was about to say that's an early tweakable shot, isn't it?
This could be interesting because Luke has got no idea who Loon is. So let's just see what the Loon's got in mind for us. Knowing Loon, he'll probably come down here and play sensible or not.
Has he got matching trainers on is the most important thing we need to know.
It's quite possible. No, he's decided to go against that shot and go for the Loon. Right, here we go. First one of the night. Here we go. Here it comes.
The knowledge of using that knuckle to be perfect on that ball is exquisite.
Now the shot here is obviously the snooker, but Loon's not playing that. I'll tell you what.
Don't need snake when
I'll
you can
tell you
like
what.
that,
I'll tell you what. This boy's incredible. Now just roll it through, Loon, please. Play a sensible shot. Just play a bit of topspin. Just a gentle bit of topspin. My word. This could be a good match, this one, Dave. Bit over the top, but... And there we go. 1-0 Loon.
I don't think there's many people in that bracket who've got a straighter arm.
No, he cues very, very nicely. I think, yeah, are they updating the scores? Yeah, they've got the scores. So 1-0 Loon after Luke probably would have thought he was going to break this, missing the black. So costly. So first frame, 22 minutes on the clock. So less than 3 minutes. That may well be our quickest frame of the season so far, other than the golden break that Mr. Twigger knocked in on week number 2. And I've come prepared this week, so if anyone asks me who's on next week, I know. Early doors, I'll tell you it's Ben Herring, Carl Shepherd, Manjit Chokar, and a certain Mr. Ronnie Coakley.
Am I on next week?
You are on next week.
I didn't even know that. I've got all the boys from the south, haven't I?
Yeah, and Manjit.
Frame 2.
Yeah.
Had you got a hand to break?
That'll be a lovely smelling evening.
Yeah, you know that.
I think Man said to me he wants to come down this week it'll be then, and have a little practice game, you know, to get used to the shot clock. And
Yeah, it's not a bad shout. A lot of people have said to me so far that they've been caught out by this shot clock. I mean, myself have never played under a shot clock quite so brutal as 30 seconds or 15 even. So I'll be getting to practicing, but I'm not on till the end of January. So I came out last in the draw, more or less. I got your practice partner, Dayton.
Little Michael, he's good.
Young Michael, yeah, he's dangerous. So it's a tough old group that, because Mark Evans won't turn up, so we'll have a substitute in there. It could be anyone, couldn't it? It could be a Cattell, you know.
You reckon that's what will happen?
Oh no, he's not allowed in Cattell. So.
We're looking at here the old crazy plant, are we? Yep. Oh, that's ridiculous.
There we go. Shot of the day's done already, Jamie Hughes shouts out. That is incredible.
That eye, for Pot to do that is something else.
I've always said this about Loon. I think if he played Paul as seriously as some of the other people, or maybe like you, I think he would be an incredible player. I really do.
Look at that, that's such a nice shot.
His eye for a shot is second to virtually none. I mean, this is a guy who many years ago played seriously against Ian Hubbard and got a draw out of it.
Yeah.
12-frame match.
When Hubbard was beating everyone,
when Hubbard
9-0,
was
10-0.
Yeah. Luke looks a bit shell-shocked here.
He ain't left a lot there, is he?
No.
I don't know enough about Luke to know whether he'll play the percentages. Would he play the tuck up here?
You could be right, DJ. Well, the shot is really off the left-hand side, that ball that he's aiming at now, and put the white up the top right, but he's got to be careful he doesn't go in off.
He's played that nice. Oh no.
Foul.
God, that's deceptive, isn't it?
Oh,
Come on, my commentator's eyes gone straight in there, isn't it?
I call these shots like I'm playing them, honestly.
I thought he played that love in. It gets sort of foul in the pocket.
No, it was the only danger of the shot was the in off, and he hit the in off. Now, Loon, this is a sort of shot you can miss. Good shot.
Why is he ramming that?
It's what he does, and that's why now and again Loon will set himself up for a cracking finish and then miss.
Nice to see Chase doing a good job again. He's got the gloves on.
I've got to be honest, Chase he gets some grief, doesn't he? But he's
for this, he's been absolutely.
He's been superb, absolutely spot on. By the way, if anybody's watching that fancies chipping in and helping out next week, Chase is unavailable. So if anyone fancies reffing 6 matches next week, please let me know. You haven't got to wear the gloves.
Is that just because I'm playing? He doesn't want to ref me.
No, he's got he's got to go down to Maidstone apparently. But he's we need a referee and someone who obviously knows the rules and thinks they can handle a shot clock. The match clock is handled by Phil Harrison whilst he runs the flyer. Oh, nearly got a golden break there.
We've got to see Mr. Jefferson.
Jefferson, yeah, if he's around, I'd more than happy to have him. This was nearly a golden break though.
Oh.
Look at this.
Oh, it's a proper one as well.
Yeah.
I missed it again. Was that a cut break again? It must
Yes.
be to get that black going in that direction like that.
Jefferson is more than welcome to do it next week. He can even wear Chase's gloves. They've probably got the same size hands. All right, so Loon's on the march again. Honestly, I'm looking at Luke and he he's looking like he wishes he hadn't entered.
I have recently played that, and I can tell you that is how you feel in your chair.
Yeah.
It's very hard to play against this sort of. Oh.
He's the only thing about this little break is he's not really thought about the bottom yellow. It does go bottom right, but he's now looking at it. Well, he's not. He's looking at his next shot. The one thing about Loon, he never looks more than one shot ahead.
I think it will put this in, then cross double it, and you bring the white down.
That's the shot.
Oh no, that's not good, is it? Well, for us mere mortals. He hasn't changed, Dan, neither. I think I've known him about 20 years now. I'm sure he looks exactly the same now as he did then.
Yeah, and the funny thing about Dan, there's loads of funny things about Dan, but he's such a lovely guy, and I wish to God that he did take the game more seriously, because he's the sort of character the game needs, and his talent is unquestioned. But obviously, he does taint his talent with his lunacy, which is apparent to see for everybody. And that, I was going to say that happens
both
quite
sides
often.
have been there, don't they?
Yeah, that happens quite often with Dan. You know, all the balls are moving, so Quite often the white will fly in a bag. I've seen him pot the black more times than he really should be. Right, so let's see what Luke's got in his locker now, because he's been kept off the table pretty much for the last 2 frames after he missed the dish. So like I said, he will be a bit shell-shocked, but he was queuing very well in that first frame before he missed.
It's got an interesting cue action. Very similar to a Filipino in that the cue dips when he hits
Yeah,
it,
he's quite high on his cue as well.
It's like a 9-ball cue action. It sort of dips into the shot.
Yeah.
It does it. See that? Does it every time, doesn't he?
He drops. It's almost like he drops his arm and almost scoops the ball, doesn't he? Yeah. But it does deliver quite well. It's nice and straight. But he's put himself in a bit of bother here. I don't think that red goes past that other one. Of course, what I need now, next, Dave, is I need an overhead camera.
Andy said he'll do it, look.
Yeah, well, that's Bevan. I don't believe anything Bevan says.
Leave the pool pest alone. He has to get involved in every single
I don't believe Bevan when he tells me his name's Bevan. Probably find out later his name's Smith or something.
Is there a sort of comp or anything running for like a shot of the tournament? Or?
Yeah, absolutely, yeah. I've made my mind up as to what prize I'm going to give. Each week I'm picking 2 shots as shot of the day. Oh. So, yeah, shot of the day, and then so 2 from each week into the shot of the day competition. So at the end we'll have 32 shots of the day. I will then put that out to a public vote, and whoever wins shot of the round will win their entry fee back.
Oh, nice.
We'll give them their entry fee, so that's a £30 prize fund, and then we'll clear the board, and that will go into shot of the round. Well, then we'll do it again in the last 32, and then those 2, and then obviously the last 16, 8, 4. That will give us 5 or 6 shots of the round, and that will give us shot of the tournament. I haven't decided what I'm going to pay out for shot of the tournament yet. Probably a bag of crisps or something.
Imperative he knocks these in, really, and I don't think this is the way to go about this, if I'm honest.
Yeah, I think I'd be leaving that one till last, but
So he's played that to top through, but now pace is everything. 'Cause you get the funny little angle, and it's smelly all of a sudden, isn't it?
yeah, and it's a long way to the other side of the table from here.
Hello, here we go.
Yeah, he's got away with that one. I'm not going to give him a shot of the day on that. I want to cut them down tonight, but he's got a lovely little angle here. He can choose to chop it in at pace and go across the table for the same bag, or drop it in with check and take the black in the opposite corner. Or he could miss it.
So
Yeah.
this is not good.
Well, that wasn't a great shot, let's be honest. He's not cued that well at all. Not yet, he hasn't, John. Are we doubling money? No, he's not doubling. You see what I mean? He's got every shot in the book, this boy, but he chooses to play the shots that nobody else can see. Oh, Loon.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's on, wasn't it?
And you can see, and this is what happens sometimes with Loon. His cubal control usually doesn't even worry about his cubal control, obviously, but he's gone centre bag with that black there. So if he'd gone where he should have gone, which was top of the pocket, he would have missed the middle bag. So
I almost think he's better off going Loon on that and slamming it in.
yeah, you're probably
'Cause
right. Yeah,
The top will avoid the in.
yeah.
If it's natural for the middle.
It would throw a bit more, wouldn't it? So I think with me, I mean, the ideal shot there is to screw it, but of course he was on the rail, so he couldn't do it.
I guess notice he's not using your lovely rack up. He's still using the old school triangle.
Yeah. Should be using
Get the
his,
sponsors in.
yeah, he should be using the smart rack. Yeah. We lost the cue ball there. Sure exactly where it went. Straight in the middle. How many times does that happen in a match?
This is the beauty of this format, because Luke's not really been in this match here. If he can hold himself together and knock a pretty routine finish in, all of a sudden he's 2-2 and it's
Yeah,
game on,
and
isn't it?
he shouldn't be, should he? But that, you know, because as you said, the format allows a comeback because nobody can get more than 3 frames in front. You know.
Yeah, you're never out of the match.
No, exactly that. Evening, Sue. Hope you're well, my love. Oh, that looked like that rolled off a little bit there. I hope it didn't.
Not up here, mate. Straight tables up here.
Yeah, no, it did look like it rolled off a little bit.
Is Suzanne Joe's mum?
Yep.
Watching the boy. My pick for tonight, Joe.
Yeah, Joe's on later. Well, it'll be on next match, obviously. He'll be playing against Jamie Hughes in his debut in the competition.
Have we got the sundial ready for Jamie Hughes' debut tonight?
Well, somebody said, it was Luke said on the Facebook, he said maybe Loon can donate some of his time.
Yeah, that's a brilliant comment.
I did think that was funny. I warn you all now, I'm on my second pint of Moretti. When me and Dino were on, we were having a few beers, I did start to waffle, so if I waffle tonight, then sorry.
I think Luke's quite good pals with Glass, isn't he?
Yeah, they've entered a few comps as doubles together, I believe, in the past. So
they seem to play reasonably similar, like the way they're sort of going about it, if that makes sense.
Alicia, hi my love. How many are you with you? Just you, or is you got more pottles with you? Right, so Loon's got a chance here. Just one tricky ball.
There'll be no faults of any sort of loss or turn or anything like that from Loon, will there?
No, I mean he may well try and come off that red near the black spot and either try and move the red on the rail, or he might try a loss of turn and put the white across the table. He has some strange choices. Yeah, that's a good shot, but he's been unlucky there. He's got the double kiss.
I think that was the right ball to do it off, if I'm honest.
No, I mean, if he didn't get the double kiss, I think he would have got a safe white. But yeah, the double kiss was always a risk, wasn't it? So you're probably right. It probably wasn't the right shot.
Luke's not like knocking a ball in like this all night. I bet he puts it straight in the middle of the hole now, just to make us look silly.
Do you go long or do you go middle?
I think you've got to go the middle one long, haven't you? I don't think it goes past the other yellow, does it?
I think it does, yeah, but you wouldn't hold the cue ball, would you? So, yeah, looks good.
There you go. Perfect, see?
And I think that yellow goes past that red. It's going to be tight, but I think I'd be taking this long if it goes. And then just a little bit of topspin to take it over towards the black into the bottom right. It is tight, but I think it does go. And he could stun across. Oh, he's going middle. Yeah. Yeah, that was never on. Not from that angle. Right, and the yellow's gone safe, so not that worried, Loon, but he gives him a bit more leeway. Red's go in 6 pockets, so 3-1 lead in this is very, very tough to come back from because you haven't got time. The clock's just dropping down to 10 minutes, so the next frame will be 15-second shot clocks. Now that will suit Loon better than most players, but certainly better than Luke, but at the same time it could freak anybody out. "15-second shot clocks" is one of those things you've got to see the shot early, not just play it early. Oh, hello. This is a fluke. Yeah, we'll have a little replay. Because that's just a more or less the same shot that Luke had earlier on. So that's a 3-1 lead now for Loon. In a game many predicted that Luke would win. So I'm going to say it's going to be very difficult for Luke to win this match now. But of course, 3-3 is still a point each going into the second match. So it's important that Luke carries on trying. It's also very important, and a little tip for you, Dave, and anyone else who hasn't played yet, don't do what Matt did in the first week. When it gets down to 4 seconds left and you miss your last ball, don't knock the black in and shake hands thinking that the clock's done you, because you'll lose the frame, and that could make a hell of a difference. So let the clock go rather than concede because there's not enough time. You know, as soon as you
yeah.
concede the frame, you lose the frame rather than
Yeah,
let the
of
clock
course.
go.
Frame
And
5.
Matt lost to Brad, and it would have been 3-2, but because he conceded, it went to 4-2, and that could have made a hell of a difference. As it turned out, they both went out anyway. But
As we know, I've got a very good head for Paul.
yeah. Well, you being ice cool and all that.
I'm trying to make people put them out and all that sort of thing recently, because you never know what can happen, do you? You know, it doesn't matter how easy it is.
Absolutely right.
The only thing interesting with this is, you know, say for example you're 3-2 down.
Yep.
No, sorry, you're 2-all, and they've got roll-ins with 2 minutes on the clock. Can you do what they do in the alternate and you guess concede the frame because you know they're not going to miss them, so you've got a chance?
You could always concede a frame. I mean, it's probably not very sportsmanlike to do so. You know, if you interrupt somebody's frame with a loss of turn, a loss of frame foul whilst somebody else is playing, I'm not sure it's very good etiquette.
I'm only saying because I've seen it on the old telly box. You know, they do that. You know, if they're in a situation where, you know, they've lost that frame, they were on roll-ins, they quite often.
I suppose as long as you're at the table, you know,
It's an interesting one, isn't it?
if you're at the table and you look at the clock and say, "Oh, it's 2 minutes left," and it's better for you because you've got a break coming or something, you know, there's no reason why you can't say concede because it's your table. But yeah, sorry, I missed it. But if they're at the table, you couldn't interrupt their play. I don't think that would be very fair. I didn't go shot of the day there because I don't think it was as good as Loon's.
It should be back-to-back doubles for position, yeah? Oh, that's an awful double.
Yeah, it's not good. He rushed that a bit, but then I suppose a 15-second shot clock, that's going to take a lot of time. See, Loon now has walked to the table. He's got 15 seconds. They do get one extension per frame. The extension is also 15 seconds, so, you know, even with an extension, you're only getting 30 seconds, and you only get that once. So it's brutal. It is brutal. But we're asking players to at least go back to the seating area in between shots so that everyone has the same start time. I don't think it would be very fair to stand up, but obviously it just depends where the player is. Loon's shot has already started and he's not up. You've got to be up quick.
Hey, I'll need a high check. It'll take me 15 seconds to get out.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's... that's unlucky. It is... it's interesting to watch. I mean, I must say that, you know, I'll have watched 14 or 15 weeks of this by the time I get on, and I'm sure I won't know any more about the 15-second shot clock than I do now. Oh, that's nasty. I don't think you can see that. It looked like that went right in behind a red, but he's going to swerve it, is he?
There's an edge on it, which means if he can hit that much, he can bite it, surely.
He didn't even look at the pot, did he? I think he's looking at the fact that the reds aren't easy, but I think he definitely has given up on this match, if I'm being honest. Good shot.
Is that a snooker from Loon?
Yep, looks like it. I don't think he can get up the inside of that red.
I think Hughes getting himself ready with a couple of Jaegers at the bar. That's what we like to see. That's what it's all about.
So Chase will hand the cue ball to Loon and start the shot clock straight away. It's the right thing to do. So again, Loon's only got 15 seconds. What he should have been doing while Luke was playing the shot was working out where he was going to play from if he got the ball in hand. But again, this is just experience of the shot clock. If there's anyone here that can take these away, it will be Loon.
I don't think you should develop the black there.
No, I think you've got to leave that on the rail, and
Knock that one in the middle of your last ball and then just roll it there.
I mean, I think he's got away with the fact that it still goes, but he's got to play a shot to get on it now. And he's not got the angle to go up behind it, and he can't be looking around the table there, Loon. You're going to be on 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 in a minute. Oh, called it his extension.
Knowledge.
That's a great shot. I'm going to give him that just so. You still see the live picture in your bottom left. Oh, I should have waited. This is to win the match then. Doesn't matter about the shot clock now, Loon. Well, there you go. So that's a 4-1 victory for Loon. So that's a brilliant start from him, and we will be back on the box in a moment. So okay, right. So we're back, and obviously the next two players, we've got Mr. Jamie Hughes. 37 people say he is. I think he's a bit older than that, but there you go.
He has been 37 for 3 years, though.
Yeah, true. He reckons his new nickname from Gay J will be Hurricane Hughes after this tournament. I'm not sure that hurricane is the right word to use there, but Jamie's opponent will be Joe Gamble. He didn't have a nickname, so I just said his nickname was Joe. And
You're the man tonight, aren't you?
both of these players claim their greatest achievement is the league runners-up in the wooden tent, although Jamie also did win the Region 7 singles. Joe's favourite player is Phil Harrison. We're not quite sure which Phil Harrison it is, but nonetheless, that's who he named. So, what's your prediction here, Dave?
It's teammates, so that always adds a little different dynamic.
Yep.
I was going to sit on the fence then and say the first few frames are huge. I'm going to stick with my neck out and say Joe. I think Joe's underrated. I think he's a good ball player, Joe.
I think he was underrated. I think people have realised with his season at Medway A. I mean, when we first went to the Nationals 2 years ago, Joe was probably my strongest player. You know, he was so reliable. He's so steady. I mean, he did say to me he took out a monster finish in one particular frame, and he said to me afterwards that he was absolutely pooing himself. But other than that, I think he was underrated because he went pretty much under the radar, because he don't say a lot, does he? I think people now know that he's a pretty decent player.
We've got any other chavies in watching this? We've got Dean just joined the chat. Hello, Dean.
Yeah, Mr. Copman's in. I think Alicia's, Holly is in the chavies, but in the second team, obviously. So, few there. I haven't seen any others come up on the thing, but hopefully Sue's still watching and tuned in to see the boy.
I think Joe needs to see this to the 15 seconds level, and then I guess can't see Jamie can play under 15-second shot clock. It sounds
it's going to be interesting.
It's.
Dino. He's won the lag.
No one's won that lag.
Yeah. Pull off his socks, I think he said, G-Unit.
Vegas. Vegas is another chavvy, isn't he?
Vegas is in, yeah.
Dino's gone from 0-0. I like that shout.
He was on the Chavies group earlier on saying good luck to Jamie, go for free, win the group with 3 0-0s.
One thing I would say is I think we've got a great shout at 6 Red tonight. It's such an even group. We might get to see
I made a big mistake actually, and I will admit that, and Charlie Minter I'm sure is watching, or he will be a bit later. He's caned me a little bit on this. I set this up so that we didn't get any 6-red shooting.
Oh, did we? Sorry, I didn't know
no,
that.
It is there. It is in there.
Yeah.
But you've got to be level on frame difference, and that's.
I see.
Tough. Whereas in the next round, I think we'll go the other way. We'll go a bit more like the. We'll say points and then 6 reds. So if you get 3 players on points the same, you could go head to head, but. Of course, that's not going to sort out 3 players anyway.
I think 6 red is horrible for any player.
Yeah, but it's
for
great
the viewers.
It's
what everyone wants to see tilted.
Yeah, and that's why I didn't put it in. But if that's what the public want to see, that's.
I don't think anyone wants to see me waddling around the table, if I'm honest.
You're funny. I remember doing a 6-red shootout with you. I think I did 27 seconds and you did 26. And you reminded me of when Fred Flintstone runs with his car. Your legs were going faster than your body.
Yeah, sounds about right.
Right, so Joe's first opportunity.
Tricky finish.
Yeah, nice little control on that shot. It's one thing that Joe does do, I've noticed when we was at Patefield playing at Medway A together, he's got no compunction about leaving himself a long one. He'll leave himself a shot, if he thinks it's the right shot to lead.
Like that.
Like now, yeah.
Prime example.
You know, he just, if it's the right thing, he'd rather do that than smash the cue ball round off 3 rails. Evening, Ryan. Cookie's here. Captain Chavy. It's close. Not quite.
That drift a bit, or am I going mad?
Yeah,
the
I'm
one-
hoping not, because it's the opposite way to the one I thought drifted earlier, so
Yeah.
I'm pleased about that, because
Just think of that pakes the fingers.
yeah,
through
I think it might have been a finger mark or a little bit of a camera issue there, but we'll keep our eye on that.
You never get a read off Joe neither. I'll give him
Well,
that.
this table was reclothed today, and my table engineer told me that he did re-level it, so
I can confirm he did have the levels out. I was here.
right, so it's a brand new cloth on this table today. 2 tables done today. Those of you that know the tables, table 5, which was suffering a little bit from what I call chopper syndrome. 38 days table 5 lasted though.
Is that it? That's good going, that, isn't it?
38 days, that's what we had to recloth in 38 days.
It's that hard-wearing cloth that everyone wanted.
Yeah, I've got to admit, I despair sometimes. I despise this cloth, but there you go.
It's what the fans wanted.
Yeah. Well, they got sucked in, didn't they? Sucked in by the ultimate gods.
And now no one's on ultimate. And we've got the cloth.
Mr. McDowell.
Is that a dig at Darren's belt?
Oh, yeah, it was.
I've heard some jokes about this belt. Is it spectacular?
It is incredible. He wore shorts in here the other night and his belt was still just as long. That's a good shot from Jamie there. Queuing over a ball.
I just realised Darren thought it might have had a little bit of finger mark.
Yeah, well, I have to keep an eye on that because I thought I saw a drift. Well, that went nice and quick, nice and straight, so maybe I was wrong. Right, well, Joe's got a really good chance here. Jamie knows it as well. Not sure it was the right shot from Jamie anyway, because he would have snookered himself on his own ball.
What's your pattern here? Middle?
Yeah, middle for me. It doesn't matter if you hit the top ball. It does if you hit it like that though. I would have played that a little bit pacier because then it wouldn't have mattered. Now he's got a bit of a problem because the yellow, although it does go in the middle, it's not an easy shot and he leaves the world if he misses it.
It's interesting for me because obviously we all know I like to go a little bit of a different route to most people, and
Evening Twigs.
I was never going for the middle. I was always going corner first. Whether it's right or wrong is another matter. But
It's what you see. I mean, I maintain, I say this every week when I'm on the commentary. You know, I'd rather see a player play the right shot wrong than the wrong shot right. But you know, if the wrong shot works for you, then it's the right shot. I mean, that all sounds a bit strange.
that's
but
a lovely ball.
he's
that.
played really, really well there. I'm going to stick that a little bit later. Really nice control. He's got to back it up though. I say this every week as well. When you play a really good shot, you've got to make sure that you make it count by potting the next one. And Joe's done exactly that. Takes a 1-0 lead.
One for the people at home. Does anyone think that potting the ball off the top rail by bulk is harder than the bottom rail by where you rack them? We was having this conversation up here last week, and some people weirdly do think it. That it's harder to put along that rail than it is that rail, and it should be exactly the same.
What you think? You think it mechanically different, or in your head?
Some people have that in their head that they struggle on that top rail more than that bottom rail.
That's interesting.
I won't name drop the persons; they might not want to be shamed on on air. But it was up for debate. The only thing I can think of is you brush away, you brush into the bottom.
Yeah,
one.
that's possible. But then you'd think that the nap would take the ball in if there wasn't that.
But that's what I'm saying. So it would take it in on the bottom rail easy.
Yeah.
You're brushing away from the top one.
Yeah.
I don't know whether there is any science in that or not, but you know, people
But
do say that.
Charlie's agreeing with you, and John says no. Hang on one sec. So by that, just an interruption from my wonderful staff.
We're having a sort of domestic on the chat on the stream here. I think Amy wins.
Yeah, I think the nap argument is it's a decent one because obviously scientifically you're probably right, but I think the nap is so short on these cloths. I don't think it would affect the cue ball. Maybe at pocket weight, but you know, if you're cutting along the bottom rail at pocket weight, you're not going to get the position that Joe got. So I would say that the nap probably wouldn't come into it. But I think it's more in your head. That's what I said first of all. Yeah, definitely agree on a snooker table, but that's obviously a much heavier cloth.
Is it? I thought the snooker now uses the same stuff.
Well, no, yeah, on the telly maybe. But, yeah. In my club, the snooker table's a lot heavier, I promise you. Oh, hello, Shania.
You're looking well, Andy.
Yeah, you're probably right there as well, Andy. Actually, I always find that if you can see the pocket when you're cueing the ball, you know, a right-handed player would rather cue down the left-hand side of the table, and a left-handed player down the right-hand side of the table, just so you get your hand on the table rather than on the rail, and you can see the pocket you're cueing into. And that applies to any shot. If you're, you know, cutting back into a bag, it's much harder because you're not looking at the pocket.
What shoes are you looking at here then?
Everything, and then he'll come back and play the first shot that he's looked
It
at.
looks like he's playing the plant. That's crazy, surely, if he's on the one over the bag.
Yeah, there's a standard stand-up that he won't be able to do later.
Back down.
Back down and play the shot that he first thought of. He honestly, I've said this before, he plays pool like me taking my missus shopping. We'll go into 15 different shops and end up going back to the first one, and that's what he does. And I've told him this 100 times. He doesn't have to do that. Play the shot you first see. I think it would improve his game 20% overnight. He's a very good player, Jamie Hughes. I think his confidence lets him down sometimes, but he's nice little finishes.
Yeah, it's a lovely finish. Made me look silly saying the plant was the wrong shot. He absolutely nailed it.
Well, again, you know, look, you know, all in with a pair of twos is the wrong move on a game of poker. But if you hit two twos on the oh god, what have you done there?
That's a bit smelly.
If you hit two twos on the flop, then it's the right game, isn't it? Yeah, that's a nice finish. That so evens things up. Now they've been playing for 8 minutes almost. So if we're going 4 minutes a frame. And it sticks one each, then we won't finish this match. So this could be interesting. Loon will be sitting there praying that they draw, or even that they don't get to 4. And as you can see on the right-hand side of Chase's right shoulder there, you'll see a like and share option on your screen. If you're on your phone or on your PC, please do like the stream. It does help us with our YouTube ratings and what have you. And if you haven't subscribed to the channel, please also do so. It doesn't cost you anything. You won't get spammed. You'll just get a notification that when we're live, and then you can choose to watch or not. That was a nice little break there from Jamie as well. Seen some good breaks tonight. Where's he going to go here then, Dave? Yellows look probably the favourite colour.
It's one of these ones, like, I almost think at this level you almost want to go second. I know it sounds negative,
yeah,
but
because he's not going to dish most of the time.
It depends. If that plant goes off that other yellow now, I think that's the shot. So I think he's digging a hole going reds. I think you've got to go yellows if you're going to attack.
He's missed anyway.
He's tactically backed off there.
This is you say backed off. If you watch him cue this ball, he doesn't finish the shot. Look, he's up. He's gone. He's
that's as quick as I've ever seen him move.
He's walking away from the table before he's finished cueing, and that's why he missed it. So important to stay still on your shot. It's massively important in this game.
Charlie called the yellow off the yellow as well.
Yeah.
I think that was the shot. Well, no one wants to have a go.
Yeah, that one definitely didn't drift. Right, so yellows look absolutely lovely now. Just that one yellow that's stuck on that red to the left of this. I don't think he can move it now. I wouldn't be trying the way they're going. I'd make sure of the pot.
Float in the middle, wouldn't it?
He can well, it could, or he could certainly just nudge into it now and just he'd want to come off at half ball and then it will go into the bottom right. But like that, beautiful.
It's always the other one goes.
Yeah, and he's
Still shaking the head.
He's probably just hit that a little bit hard. And again, I've mentioned this in commentary a few times. When you're breaking balls out, you do not have to hit them that hard. I know you go the opposite way and hit them.
I hit double hard. Make sure it's nowhere
300 miles an hour. But I remember Ian Hubbard saying to me, if you have to move a ball, which you generally don't, move it by a couple of inches.
Yeah, but that's the difference with us and Ian Hubbard, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah. He'd rather get on a ball than move it anyway. But you know. Right, so I'm going to assume he's left that red in the middle to the right. It looks tight, but I think it goes. If not, then I think he's going to be in a bit of trouble anyway, because Joe can take the top right red and not leave too much for Jamie. Yeah, it doesn't go in the middle, obviously, so I think if he gets this, he's in big control. Yeah.
It looks straight to die this time, doesn't it?
Yeah. I think that was a poor choice of shot by Jamie. I think he rushed it a bit. I think again, Jamie gets a lot of grief. I don't think he's a slow player as much as in the sense that I call a slow player. He sees the shot very early, but he can't make his mind up. So if he just goes with the first shot he sees, I think he'd actually be one of the quickest players on the game.
Nice little control shot.
And I think when you're playing on a shot clock, it's not playing the shot quickly that's important, it's seeing it.
Yeah,
Do you know what I mean?
I'm always in my chair looking at what's going on.
Yeah, and if you see the shot, you know, if you want to play it like a game of chess, if he does this, I'm doing that, you're ready, aren't you? You're almost ready to go. He's
forgot about the second bit of the shot then.
Yeah. And he needs to screw that out, didn't he? Or top it through, whatever. He didn't want to stun it like that.
It's in a bit of bother now. The only red he can really sort of hit is the
yeah,
way
and
he
he's opened up all the yellows as well. For me, I'd be coming off the bottom rail and up the arse of this red to try and cover the top bag. I think that's the most likely outcome as well. If you get it, I think you will at least stop that yellow going in. Depends if he sees it.
This is one for me where I agree with you with the shot, but that's one of those ones that I'm playing at 100 mile an hour because what you're going to do if you hit it, you're still leaving all the others on.
Yeah,
you You might as well try and fluke it.
Exactly.
This ain't doing nothing here. All he's doing is making Jamie's life easy now because that yellow's now wider.
Yep, and the red is safe. No, I agree with you, Charlie. You know, it wasn't a massive. I don't really criticise Jamie too much. As long as he, you know, take as much time as he wants. But what frustrates me a little bit with him is that he sees the shot that is the right shot and the shot that he's eventually going to play. He sees it very early and then has a look round at 3 or 4 shots that you wouldn't play in a million years, and then plays the first shot. I think he's a very good pool player. I just think, you know, just wish he'd get that bit out. I think his game would be better if he was focused on the first shot that he sees. Yeah, nice little shot.
Is it really though? You know, what's he doing here?
Well, I think it was a nice shot in the fact that he got that red out, that yellow out of the way, and the red's now in the middle of the top rail, so he hasn't got to worry too much about that. He could play this bottom right yellow, and he could actually get on this yellow next to the black, but he's going the other way.
He's looking at the plant, I think, which I think is bonkers.
Yeah, he loves the plant though. Now he's put 2 reds safe. You know, don't forget. You know, it's a short race. He knows that. He knows that this is probably on paper his toughest game. He also knows that Loon's 4-1 win in the first round of matches is put the squeeze on Luke. So, but he's again, you know,
he's like a young Alan Titz.
But you said it's the wrong shot twice now, and he's got it both times. So, again, like I say,
you say, if you play the wrong shot well, it's better than playing the right shot wrong.
Absolutely, yeah. He's
got a bit of a stretch on here, though.
Yeah.
See, this is what I think his problem is.
Yeah.
I mean, he might well make it, but this is 10 times harder than it should have been, isn't it? You know? Well, we can slow roll it, which he tends to like to do.
Yeah, he's not going to smash it like Loon, is he?
Yeah,
Played that well.
Steady that.
Nice way to finish a frame at least. So takes a 2-1 lead. I'm just going to take a little break. I'll be back in 1 sec. Right, sorry we missed the start of that frame. Just both of us needed a bit of a comfort break at the same time, so Dave's gone off to get some refreshments, so I'm back now. So it was just, we bumped into Loon on the way in the toilets as well. He's very pleased, buzzing around the room he is.
Oh, so you've got half a pint, isn't it?
That's right. Yeah. So I was just telling the audience how much Loon's buzzing in the...
Yeah, Loon's Loon's passion for Paul is also quite incredible though. That thing he done with the Rumble is quite special, really.
Yeah, the Rumble's it's such a special tournament. I hope Loon keeps on telling me that he's almost done with Paul, but I hope to God that he doesn't actually give it up. I hope he comes back with another Rumble. I know the last one took a year and a half, but
2.5 years, wasn't it? I think.
it was January to October. Steve Mullins took the winnings, and I'm pleased to say that I had a little tickle out of it as well. I made the last 4.
Oh, did you?
Yeah. It's funny because the last 4 was me and Mullins and Mark Sunderland and Gav Wade, so no disrespect to Gav or Mark, but both me and Mullins fancied that one of us should win it, so we had a little bit of a retainer. And he came round my house the other day and paid me out. So.
I got called up for the flyer then. That was
It was interesting.
That's multitasking
Yeah,
for new
yeah.
level, that is.
Yeah, Coakley just got called up for the flyer. He's not even in. He's You've upset Mr. Phil now.
Not the flyer squire.
Yeah, flyer squire, you've upset him.
I got him a beer on his birthday, he can keep quiet.
I think he's only just finished drinking them.
I think he had 13 in the
Yeah, I think he did, yeah. Fair play to him. Fair play to him. That's a nice little shot from Joe there.
Who done all the old graphics? Who done all this nice stuff?
I did.
Did you?
You know, this I found on YouTube, the YouTube like and share. I made this myself. I've got a really nice little program. Post to my wall, give them a little shout out. Costs 90 quid a year, but you can do things like this.
Canva one of them or something like that?
All the posters that you see.
Oh, okay.
You know, these, they're all made on post to my wall. Really good. It's a bit like Canva, but yeah, I find it a little bit easier to use. I know Canva's free, but
that reminds me, I've still got to do my thing. Just have
yes,
a general chit
yeah.
chat.
You'll have to have that next week. So, yeah, next week, as we say, Ben Herring, Carl Shepherd, Manjit, and Ronnie. We'll have to get the pictures and the nicknames and the profiles done this week. I'm not going to Scotland this weekend, so I should get them out nice and early. Although I have got the Seniors Tour here on Saturday. So again, for all you members that are listening, there won't be many tables available on Saturday until about 6, maybe 7 in the evening. Usually done by then. and then Sunday we're closing at 4 o'clock in the afternoon, as we have a private event elsewhere. So we'll be open as normal from 12, and we'll be closing at 4. So a short day on Sunday. So if you need a table, please try and get one in now. Get it booked. I do know that I'll be running a little comp on Sunday for 16 players, and I'll be using 8 tables myself. So get in quick.
Is this for Sunday?
Yeah, I'm going to run I've decided now, I'm going to run a ladder on Sunday.
Oh, okay.
Remember the old ladders we used to run?
Yeah.
Because we're closing at 4, so we can get down to the money match. I need a comp that I know is going to finish on time.
Okay.
And the ladder is a 3-hour comp, so...
Is this Sunday?
Yeah.
Well, get me in. There we go. That's my weekend sorted.
16 players, £10 a head, and then obviously we sort the money out. I might go to 20 players, depending on who wants in. I've got to put a note out, and hopefully people will come down and support the club.
That's for Sunday, yeah?
That's for Sunday, because we're closing at 4 o'clock. For those of you who don't know, there's a money match on Sunday evening. Dave Fernandez playing Sean Halligan down at Wisejacks in Maidstone. 5 o'clock kick-off. Don't think it's a ticketed event, so I think it's open entry, but worth getting there early if you want a good seat. But don't nick mine, because I'm holding the money.
Are we sure Wisejacks is still going? I've not had an update on Facebook for Wisby for 3 minutes. He might be struggling.
Might shut down in the last couple of minutes, yeah.
Does like a Facebook
fair play
update.
to him, fair play to him.
To be fair, the club was looking lovely when I went down there, which is nice to have another nice club in the area.
Yeah, we need more, not less. You know, no competition for me, the more the better.
What we said about the game, I mean, I know it's probably been talked to death, but is your view pretty much the same as...
Yeah, well, look, there's obviously people that think Sean's got a chance, and you know, Sean played Dave in the comp on Saturday, and I obviously commentated on it. And do you know what? On a different day, Sean had won that match.
Yeah.
You know, and so it was only a short race, so you can't really glean too much from it. It was finished 6-4, and obviously, if you times that by 4, Dave would win. So
I think to coin something you said to me years ago, the favourite's the favourite in every frame.
that's the yeah.
And I just think that over that distance, we know what Sean can do. Sean's an amazing player, not taking that away from him at all. But I just can't see Dave ever dropping to a low enough level that it's gonna.
I think what Sean's
pan
going to
out.
struggle to do is win 3 or 4 on the bounce, whereas I think Dave could easily do that. You know. And I think that's where the game's going to, in my opinion anyway, I think that's where the game is going to go towards Dave, in Dave's favour. If the balls are open and the match is a little bit sticky, you might even make Sean a favourite in those frames.
Until I don't. I think this is one of those funny things. I think Dave's actually a lot better tactically than people think. Forget he played World Cups for England for forever.
Yeah.
You know, just because he dishes. You know, I think he's
Listen,
probably better tactically.
Dave's a quality pool player, but I think it's an open match. But for me, even with the start, Dave's my boy. You know, I sponsor him. I'm backing him. I love Sean, but I can't see.
Predictions? Should we do some predictions?
22. I'd be going if Sean gets more than 15. I think he's done well.
I called 22-17 early doors, and I'm sticking by my guns there.
Yeah. I had 16 on my first prediction. Somebody asked me about, so I think if he gets to 16, I think he's done well, and I think he can be proud of himself. That's an awful shot, Jamie Hughes. That is an awful pull shot. I don't know what he was trying to do here. He can't possibly have been trying to screw behind that red, surely.
Yeah, that was different. That's clever. I like that.
Yeah.
Little shot I like to do here. You go to the bottom, pop it out, and dump behind the red.
Yeah.
It has to open all your balls for you.
Yeah. That's not a bad option, though.
Yeah.
It's not a terrible option. Yeah, they're all going 22-19, 22-14. Yeah. You listen. I'd hope Dave doesn't get complacent. That's the only thing really that could stop him, in my opinion. But I know he's been practicing hard. He's been down here a few times. I think he's going down to Wisejacks Thursday and Friday this week with Bass, Can't get much better practice partner, can you?
Well, it depends if
I wasn't available, obviously.
If Bass is in a good mood and all of a sudden turns Dave over, it might not be the best move, mightn't it? But
Well, I mean, he asked-
it'll sharpen you up.
He did ask me, but I was busy.
I think I was actually meant to have a practice with Sean, but I don't think he needs demoralising either, because that be suicide watch.
Karen's just given me the tablet back for their Wednesday League playoff game. Scott Gamble defeating Karen Derby 7-4, so it looked like that was a pretty good game. So the quarterfinals of the Wednesday playoffs are looking
Oh, have we missed a trick here? Has this gone
open?
This is down to 49 seconds on the shot clock. Hughes has actually run it down.
Yeah, no, he's done. Yeah, well,
Hughes
as the match clock goes. Yeah.
I forgot that.
Yeah.
Joe should have had a slap, shouldn't he?
Yeah, again, you know, we said this before, but the shot clock, or the match clock, is obviously ticking down. I'm provided that is correct. I'm sure Chase will be all over that. Yeah, Joe's rushing, so I think he realises that.
Explains why I went for that double before now when
Yeah.
we was too
Yeah.
busy gassing.
Yeah, we have talked a bit of this frame. Sorry about that, people, but
Will he give the handshake?
if he concedes the frame
Yeah,
before the thing,
yeah,
he'll lose
yeah,
the
yeah.
frame. So that's what I'm saying.
It's the same principle, yeah. If he
He
give
could-
him the handshake there, would he lose the frame?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, now that's okay because it's less than 10 seconds, so that's fine because the shot's still Jamie's. So if he didn't come back to the table, it wouldn't matter. Chase couldn't call the foul. If they shook hands at say 18 or 19 seconds, then he would lose the frame.
Okay.
You know, and I would have to go over there and tell Chase that he's lost the frame because
And I suppose that's where your interest in format of every frame counting
Absolutely
makes a
right.
difference. Whereas
Yeah.
in the ultimate, they don't care, do they? 'Cause
exactly that because it doesn't count. Yeah, exactly
Yeah.
that. So, right, we'll be back in 1 sec with an update. Right, so yeah, so me and Dave were obviously chatting quite a lot through that frame, and we missed a lot of the action because it was pretty boring. But that's a good example there that Jamie has played the shot clock to perfection as far as he's concerned. Because points, although frames do matter, points matter more. And you're absolutely right, Dean. That's exactly. I was just about to use that. He played that a bit like Jose. He got in front and parked the bus. So. Fair play to Jamie there. He played to his strengths, which is exactly what you need to do in a match situation. You've got to play your opponent. Joe is arguably a better player than Jamie, although I don't think there's an awful lot in it. But Jamie's done him. He's done him with the shot clock. And I think if the match had gone to its natural conclusion, you'd probably still make Joe Gamble a favourite. but because of the shot clock, Jamie's managed to nick the points. So it makes the next match very interesting. And the next match will be the two winners playing each other, which is Jamie, who has obviously just gone out to give himself his cancer injection, playing Loon. So this is a huge clash of styles. A huge clash of styles. Jamie's back. It's the fastest thing he's done tonight.
And now for something completely different.
Yeah, now for something completely different. Exactly that, yeah.
I'm not sure parking the bus against Loon is probably ever.
Well, it won't make any difference because he'll just smash straight through it. You know, it's this could be a huge clash of styles. This, I hope that Loon doesn't fall into his own trap here. He told us when we bumped into him earlier, Dave, that he played quite sensibly.
Yep. Played within himself.
If he plays sensibly against Jamie Hughes, he will lose the match. There's my prediction.
Yeah.
Because Hughes will do him. Yeah, Hughes he's much better. Dan has got to try and force the pace here, and I think if he forces the pace, he probably wins the match. But this is very interesting. This is the one everyone's been waiting for.
The tortoise and the hare.
Yeah, absolutely. And we all know who won that race.
They get a new set of balls every frame.
If they want one, they can have one, I suppose.
It seems like he's getting a new set of balls every frame.
Chase is very anal about his balls.
I can't see that he's worn them out though.
Yeah. It looks like I didn't know. I didn't say that wasn't a rule, but I suppose it doesn't matter, does it? If you're going to brush an eye on the table every frame, you might as well put a fresh set of balls on there. Looks good for the stream anyway.
The floor looks much better on the stream. We haven't mentioned
Oh,
that.
absolutely, yeah. We changed the carpet. Smithy's done a good job of putting that down for me. I'm pleased with that. So,
Loon done this against me.
Could be a foul. Could be a foul. No, it's all right.
Lost it anyway.
Well, yeah, but even if he did, if that touches the side rail, you've got to redo it.
No, it's a loss, isn't it?
I think it's a redo. It used to be a redo. It might be. They might have changed it. If there's a ref out there, you might want to tell me.
Andy Jefferson, you're watching.
I understood a foul lag. A foul lag was
and hear your commentary over this game. This is going to be superb.
Redo.
This is what I want you to do.
You're very excited.
You can dip out after this one.
Thanks, mate.
Right, so it looks like it's going to be a Jamie Hughes break. So let's concentrate on this one then, Dave, because we didn't the last one, but hopefully that won't be a theme that Jamie gives us.
Frame one. Jamie Hughes break.
He's cut breaking, yeah. Oh, he did get that bloke moving. Hughes cut break. I'm not sure he does normally cut break, does he? Oh, Black was moving, but didn't go quite close enough.
That's another age-old debate, isn't it? Cut break or front ball.
Evening, Jod. Yeah, I mean, I've for years I said that cut break should be illegal, and they should make you hit the top ball. But then I started cut breaking myself, and I had some relative success because my front ball break just disappeared on me. I've recently changed my cue, as many people will know, and I'm back to front ball breaking. So now side breaking should be legal again.
That's that. I just think you need to have them both in your locker, isn't it?
Yeah, I
That's
agree.
always been my
agree.
opinion. I cut break probably 90% of the time, but that's purely because I can hit it quite hard.
Yeah.
You know, and a lot of tables you play on do suffer a bit from a bit of front ball indentation.
Wow.
Yeah, Charlie agrees with me there.
I don't think that. Surely, was he?
What did he do?
No, he wasn't. I think he was trying to double this and knock the other yellow out, and he stood up on his shot and missed it altogether. It's one of those things, Andy. I was the same for many years. You practice it a couple of times, it actually becomes a little bit second nature. And if you catch a side break well, God, Jesus, does it give you an advantage? I think there's a couple of side breakers that I've seen play it incredibly well. Junior side break is up there, and Harry Compton for me has got one of the best side breaks out there. But you know, it is each to their own.
Mark Boyles is probably the best break in pool. I know people speak about Tom Cousins,
and it's a side break, isn't it?
Yeah, I actually think the Boyles cut break is more devastating than Tom's front ball.
I've tried to replicate Mark Boyle's side break, and I know I'm nowhere near Mark Boyle's level, but it's one shot.
Well,
so
it's nearly there, isn't you?
Yeah, but it's one shot, so you'd expect to be able to hit it, you know, maybe 60% of the time, the same as he does. I'm telling you now, not once have I ever got close to being able to hit the side break as hard as he does.
I don't think I've ever seen him go off the table.
No, and you know, it's so well controlled. It's so well controlled. Oh, he's done it. He's done me again. And take me off this. He's going to double this. Yeah, I knew he would.
Oh my God!
I knew he would. And this is just what he does, you know. But he could miss this, going off this. He could do anything with this. Control shot.
Brilliant.
And all of a sudden, Jamie is in trouble because
he's forcing the issue, isn't he?
Yeah, this is it. I said to Loon, said to you guys on the commentary earlier on, if Loon forces the pace in this match, I think he wins it. Jamie has got to keep Loon on a leash, and that is no easy feat.
I think he's...
Yeah, you have to, Bev, by the way, you have to cut break in this, in my opinion.
I think the problem when you're playing, Dan, is that for some reason he lures everyone into playing his game.
Yep.
It's very, very hard.
Yep.
You should always play your own game. For some reason you play him.
I watched the match that you played him in on the weekend.
Oh, God, my head was all over the floor. I've
well, you shot off to a 3-0 lead, and then he won the next 4 frames. And, and there wasn't really much you could do about it. You didn't do anything wrong. It was just what he does. You know, it's just what he does. But, you know, I made my predictions before tonight, and at the moment, I think I may well be right. I actually predicted that Jamie and Loon would go through in this tournament.
Joe, see that?
Yeah, he's got everything. Joe was, on paper, the strongest player. A lot of people obviously didn't know Luke. A few people predicted Luke would go through. I stick by my original prediction and said that these two guys would go through, but that's what Loon does. He can pot literally anything, but he can also miss literally anything.
Hughesy's going straight after his hard ball, so is he going to attack him? Thought he'd maybe consolidate a bit, but I suppose where them yellows are, it's very hard to defend, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. I'm not sure that Jamie. Actually, do you know what? I think he has. I think a lot of people don't think he's got it in him to attack, but I've seen Jamie go for dishes and get them. He just needs to do it for me just a little bit sharper, because I think he loses concentration. The shot he's just played was the only shot.
Yeah.
So why is he walking around the table? Just get down, play the shot, get on it. Like now, he's got to pot the ball in the bottom left and get on the iron in the bottom right.
Yeah.
It's the only shot, so why doesn't he just play it? It
Yeah.
frustrates the hell out of me. It's the only shot. Just play it.
He's had some relative success in the last year, I think.
He has,
He won the cool serve too, didn't he?
Yep, he did.
I think he won a couple of.
He's been a Region 7 champion. I
series.
just, for me, look, I'm not knocking his ability or his record. I just think he would be a better player if he just played the shot that he sees, because he sees the shot really well, really quickly. He doesn't often play the wrong shot, but I've just called the 3 shots that he's played there.
Yeah.
I called them in 5 seconds. He's played them in 30. You know.
Has he got the ability here to screw into that ball? I don't know him well enough. Because for me,
Thanks,
that's
Steve.
the shot. But I don't know if is that the right.
Yeah,
fit
of course
for
it
him?
is. Yeah, he probably has got it in his locker, but he's not. Yeah.
See, that's the problem. You know, you miss it and you know where.
Yeah, in snooker. Yeah. Look, you could say he's been a little unlucky there. He's played the right shot, but he just hasn't got into it enough. And after I just caned him for not being quick enough, he's probably rushed that a bit.
Yeah, that's just what I'm saying.
Yeah.
That's why I said it before I said it, because sometimes, like you say, you get caught playing Loon's game. You're developing balls, and is that really his game? You know.
Yeah. This ain't come out too bad.
I don't know. It's perfect, isn't it? It's only got to float up.
You don't use the word float with Loon very often.
Float up off 4 rails.
Can he float up and down and up again?
Whoa, what's going on here?
Behave yourself. Right, this shot of the day.
Call the medic.
That's it. Shot of the day because it was the right shot of the day. Come on, Lou. Go on, son.
I think there must have been a miscue. I can't believe he's must have gone for the double there, surely.
Ironically, I don't think he snookered him. But
Yeah, because he doesn't play him, does he? That's the irony of it.
yeah. But he has got what he wanted. He's got a better chance than he had before. So, for me here, the shot is the.
You say that?
I think the shot is to cut the top left along the rail. You can bring the white all the way down the bottom, and Jamie would have no shot.
He gets pots this and gets back to roughly what's he done it?
That's
Oh,
a
he's
great
crazy,
shot.
isn't he?
What a shot that is! Oh, come on. See that, and I see everything sitting here, Dave. Honestly, I never miss a trick. And that I
Just
didn't
fin
see
chopped
that.
it twice across, casual.
He's played that with an incredible amount of side, and got away with it. Not got away with it, actually got it right.
This takes a bit of queuing, though, doesn't it?
Absolutely, Andy. You're not wrong. Yeah, but he's got these. He's got these in his locker, and he's also got that in his locker. As I said in frame 1 against Luke, you will see Loon going off and pot blacks as much as you will see him on shot of the day. So a good opportunity for Jamie to bring things level. Just got to roll these
How
in.
long are the matches in this again?
25 minutes.
25
So
minutes.
2 frames in 8 minutes. So 4-minute frames, that's not terrible. So we'll be back in a second. Well, we'll just repeat that. We said off air. Mr. Coakley has. Oh, hello. Jamie's calling Luke and chase out. Oh, he's not. Mr. Coakley has just said the next game will be very interesting, which is obviously Luke versus Joe because they're both under it. But that's exactly why I've set the format out like that, because the winner of this game, quite rightly, as I was criticised for doing so, but I still think it's the right way to do it. The winner of this game will feel like he's got 1 foot in the next round. Not guaranteed, but 1 foot in the next round. Certainly not Jamie if he wins this because of his frame difference. If Loon wins, I think you'll probably think he is in the next round. But then the winner of the next game has obviously got a chance to upset the apple cart. Whereas if you lose the next game, you're pretty much, you're struggling. You're struggling to go through. But again, that depends on the result of this one. So, loser of this is also under it, and that's again why we do this in this order. Is that the Women's Institute, Steve?
I've actually got
I'll tell you what.
That's a shot.
That's an unwa-
What happened there?
He's come off the back rail and cut it
No.
onto the red. Watch. That's incredible.
I actually missed that. I guess thought we'd cut it in. Mad.
All right. This is a classic example of. Do you know what? I quite like that shot. I was just about to say it's a classic
Doing what he
example
does, isn't he?
of potting yourself into trouble. If I think he was, if I thought he was going to cut that yellow in, and that would have been a bit of a no-go. But this is how you play, Loon. Don't pot your balls.
Yeah. Although I tried that at the weekend, then missed 2 sitters.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'll make you right. I know what you're saying. It's Steve Ritchie Paul, isn't it? That's what he's really good at.
Yeah.
Don't take them off the table until you're taking them
off
out.
the table until you're taking them out. Exactly that. Me and Steve had that conversation sitting here in commentary on Saturday. Fantastic tournament that, by the way. I know I haven't done a write-up for Saturday. I apologise for that. I've been absolutely flat out. Dave Fernandez and Tom Kennedy giving us a masterclass all day and meeting each other in the final. Dave Fernandez took out the final, which meant, weirdly, that Jamie Fay qualified for the Champion of Champions on the 30th. I've got 2 wild cards to hand out for the Champion of Champions. I did offer one to Mr. Tomris, but I understand that he's taking a break from
Little breather.
from top level pool, so he's declined my offer. So I will be looking around for 2 wild cards for the Champion. They've got to be deserving, so if you've got any suggestions, do please let me know. I'll take them as read.
I don't know, I can't remember, I might get the name wrong, so excuse me, but chap played Tom in the first round Saturday. I think it was something like Will Griggs, local Medway player. Does that ring a bell? But he'd give him an absolute brilliant game. We should have turned him over.
Andy Griggs.
Anthony Griggs, that's it.
Yeah,
sorry, yeah.
Griggsy, top guy, Griggsy, and many people would have made Tom 1-7, 1-8 to win that. And you're right, he missed a sitter, and he was gutted, and he knows that he should have gone 5-2 up, and even from a guy of Tom's class, 5-2 is tough to come back from first to 6 against anybody, let alone a player who's got some ability like Griggsy certainly has. But I'll tell you what, one thing about Griggsy, he's quicker than Loon.
Gets on with it.
He's the fastest player I know, without doubt. Yeah, unbelievable. Sees the shots so early.
Like a kid, a good bowling to me.
He is. Paul Williams is in the Champion of Champions. No. Paul Williams not actually. No, sorry, Paul's not in this one. He's in the New Wednesday League, but he's not in this. No, gold players weren't allowed in this one. Steve. Oh, Champion of Champions, you mean? Sorry. Yeah. Sorry, I take it all back. You're a bit behind me, so no. Paul's not qualified yet. I'm not sure that I could justify offering him a wild card. He hasn't really done much. But yeah, he would certainly grace the field, that's for sure. It's a good shout, Charlie. We haven't got a lady in there just yet. It's a good shout. I was hoping we'd get the ladies' last woman standing finished, but it doesn't look like we're going to. The 3 top players or 4 top players that are left in it. He's missed the ball together. He's done what Loon does. Players that left in it have managed to avoid each other by way of not calling each other out. They haven't got much of a choice after Holly plays Karen this week, so that could come to a fairly sharp conclusion, but I doubt they'll be finished in time for the Champion of Champions.
Especially when each match is like a test innings. Played over 3 sessions. So he's just got down and played this and not really given any thought to the black yet, has he?
No, that wasn't a qualifying one, Darren, unfortunately. I'll find the list of qualifiers for the Champion of Champions. Yeah, it's a good shout, Lisa. I'm quite happy to put a lady in. Got no issue with that whatsoever. Been lovely to have a lady. That's a great shot, really. That's a great shot.
Is it? Is he playing it?
Well, yeah. Of course, he's played to get on it. Whether he plays to get on it that well is debatable. But let's give him the benefit of the doubt, shall we?
No.
Now Jamie is into uncharted territory here. He's 2-1 up with 11 minutes to go.
He must be getting dizzy. He looks confused. He normally does.
Yeah, I think he wants to go for another bag break. Well, this is interesting because obviously Loon taking the first frame. Jamie's nicked the last 2 and probably deserves to be 2-1 in front. So
Chase ain't put a foot wrong again, has he? He's very good ref. I give him credit.
Chase is great at what he does.
Takes it serious.
Yeah, and that's why I asked him to do this. I bought him the gloves. I've made him a little ball marker, with his little name on. I got no issue with. He's got one with Beast written on the top.
Has he?
Yeah, I made him out of my 3D printer.
Frame, and the lower hand frame.
I went a bit mad on the day.
I like this one.
Yeah, I was experimenting with. And I went a bit mad one day. Sat there and printed my heart away. So if you need a ball marker, I've got a few, and if I haven't got the one that you need, I can make you one.
Best comment of the night gets a ball marker.
Oh yeah, Jamie, what a shout that is. Easy to say when you're already in it though, eh?
Does he enter enough up here to warrant that? I mean, he is
yeah,
a club legend. Don't get me
yeah,
wrong.
well
but
that's the thing, you know. Look, I know that he spent most of his time up here before I bought the club, but I've said this so many times over the years. If you asked me who the best player I've ever played against, certainly, it would be Mr. Cattell. Just ruthless in his day, an absolute legend. I mean, we throw that word around, but yeah. In Medway Paul, Kent Paul, there aren't many that can claim that crown ahead of him. There are a few that could argue the point, Mr. Hubbard being one, the two eyes. Yeah, I mean, maybe that is a shout. So as I promised, I will read you out the list of qualifiers so far for the Champion of Champions. Jamie Swalen was our first qualifier, qualified by way of the Winter KO. The Spring KO then came round with Junior winning that. Tom Kennedy then won the Summer KO. The last amateur stand-in, which I promised to place, was won by Michael Cairns, but unfortunately he's unavailable. So he asked me if I would award it to his runner-up, which was young Josh Wheeler, and he's accepted the invitation. The Kent Open was then won by Sean Kirby. The Medway Open was won by Mr. Fernandez. The doubles, the Harrison doubles, was won by Charlie and Jamie, who are online. The trios then, Jamie Hughes, as you're watching right now, he won the trios with Swayland and Ricky Cooper.
Yeah.
But because Swayland had already qualified, we then went back to the original runner-up of the first tournament, which was Tony Stork. So he's qualified. Charlie Gordon then won the Kent Junior Open. So there are 3 places left to go. The Kent Seniors Open, which is on the 23rd of November. An invite will be given to that. Whether the seniors are allowed out 2 weeks in a row is yet to be seen.
Or if they're still alive.
Or if they're still alive a week later, yeah. And that looked like red first to me, so I'm hoping they call that. Yep, they will.
He's on it, Chase.
And then there are 2 wild cards, as I said. Metin was offered one for winning the Wednesday League. He couldn't make it. I don't think I'll go to the runner-up of that. I may offer it to the winner of the second division. I'm not sure who that was.
Phil. Phil won it.
Hawley.
Phil Hawley won it, yeah.
So yeah, I may offer it to Phil. So we'll just see how we go with that. But as I said,
he can't get a Saturday off though, so that's that ain't happening.
Yeah, although he is a manager now, so maybe surely he can. Yeah, Amy seems to be getting a few votes. As I said, I would like to have a lady in the tournament, so we'll pin that on the backboard. So again, a bit like the first match, Dave, that Jamie was in, he's not really drawn our attention, has he?
I think that's what he does. That's what he's good at. You know, sometimes that's an art in itself, isn't it? I mean, Loon looks like he's kind of lost patience, shall I say. Hughes will probably roll this in the middle now, because that's the sort of shot that suits him. And then he's out, isn't he?
Should be. Although the black, I don't think goes bottom left. It might, so he's got to get on it. Now these others all go. 6 minutes left, so plenty of time.
What's your route here? This is tricky, this.
Yeah, I don't think Loon. That's the one thing about his game. As much as we, joke and admire at the same time, his pattern play is terrible. I'm not going to say there's any other word for it. That's what lets his game down because he loses the cue ball so
His
much.
leaves are right there, I think.
Yeah, he leaves right there, but he loses the cue ball so much that his pattern's not great.
Sounds very familiar, that.
Well, I didn't want to say, but if the cap fits, he loves to plant this boy, doesn't he? That's 3.
Am I going mad?
What, the yellow replay pass? Well, there's the replay.
No, talking nonsense.
Good shot.
Great. That is Sam Plant again, isn't it?
It's 3 tonight.
Get him out of my garden.
Again, there's an art in that as well, isn't there? Playing plants, it's
sees him well, didn't he?
yeah. Well, seeing him, I think everyone sees a plant, but it's just
It's confidence,
it's
isn't
confidence
it? Like
to
you say.
play him, yeah. And you might argue that he has to play him because he loses position, but actually going back, I think it might be Mr. Hubbard that said this to me. Players who play plants are players who can't get position.
Absolutely perfect. Look at that.
Sometimes, yeah. Sometimes you're
Good
forced
shot.
into playing a plant. But now this is probably a match winner. This frame. 4 minutes is probably not enough for Loon to come back and win 2 frames.
Poor old Bevan's getting a bit of stick on the old live chat. That's not nice, is it?
No.
Paul Woody's putting his hat in the ring, I'm guessing. Has he won the Thursday League?
No, it's not finished yet, and it won't be finished in time. So, unfortunately, and we can't go back to the 2009 Medway Invitational winner. Oh, Jamie Hughes. He'll know that I've just replayed that as well. I don't want to give him any grief, but that's an awful shot. Come on, you're better.
There wasn't even a lot of body movement there, so that's
No,
almost more worrying.
He's better than that. He's so much better than that.
Loon's first rest shot of the day, I think. He does get this out quite often.
Not as often as Andy Twigger, even though Andy Twigger is 6'2", and Loon is probably closer to 5'2".
And nowhere again.
I would have thrown that on a 15-second shot clock. There's no way I'm putting that rest away.
It's respect for the club.
Yeah.
Oh no, we've got a Loon safety come back in here, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a good shot. It's the right shot as well.
That's 2 in 1 night though. It can't be well.
That's even further back than 2009, Dino. Well, it's a nice escape.
Been a bit unlucky there.
Yeah. It's not. He hasn't left a lot. I mean,
I think that'll dink in and come back to the bulk line, won't it?
Oh.
He's hit, see, I'm saying he's hit that so hard though. He could have got to the bulk line all right there, I think.
yeah.
A little
Again,
dink.
I think he's tried to get on that too well, hasn't he?
Black ball for the match, really, here, because
2 minutes left. Yeah. I don't know whose break it is next, but
top this. You don't want to stun this. Don't stun
no,
it.
in off. He's done it.
Told you
Oh,
that.
hang on. No.
Oh, here we go.
So I fancy Loon takes these out. I'm just going to say this, and that makes it 2-2 with 2 minutes to go. And the way Jamie's playing, he's gone too far, has he?
No, it's because
No,
he's got a bit
all
of check on the
Yeah.
that unwanted
Now this
side.
is massive. This ball is massive. He's got to pot this. Yeah, fair
Nice.
play. With 2 minutes to go, the way Jamie Loon, slow down. You don't want the. I'm not sure about that. I think Loon needed to take his extension there because
The only thing I would say about that is I don't think Hughesy can dish him with 2 minutes, whereas Loon can.
well, no, but yeah, maybe. But if Loon's thinking he wants the time on the clock so he can try and win the frame, it's Jamie's break, I believe. So if Jamie gets a ball, the draw is good for both these two players. So why wouldn't he just
but what I'm saying
knock it
is,
down there?
in Loon's head, I think he's probably thinking Jamie can't knock him in. So if I get a chance, I'd rather have the chance. Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'm not convinced. I think that both players should be playing for a draw here, and Loon had a chance to take 30 seconds off the shot clock there.
Yeah.
neither of them. I mean, oh yeah, fair enough. I'll take this back. I was just about to say neither of them are attacking, but I disagree with you, Dino. There, I think a draw's okay for Joe because he can still catch one of them. He's got 2 matches to play, remember. So he just needs to win them both, and if he wins them both, he will knock out the player that draws. So he's got a ball, and the yellows. Well, actually, they're all open. So
See, you know, I'm looking at this thinking I'm having a go at the Reds and managing the clock, but I don't think he will.
yeah, I think this frame's over. I think it's 2-2.
Why is he taking so long? If you
Because I think he doesn't know what to do, Jamie. He's never been in this situation before, which is understandable. I don't think he thinks he's got it in him to dish in a minute and a half.
Yeah.
So he'd rather stay at the table so he doesn't lose.
Yeah,
And I think that's okay. I don't mind that.
I kind of get what you're saying, because if he does break down, Loon could knock him in, couldn't
Exactly that. And Jamie is a naturally defensive player. He's probably thinking, if I just stay at the table, Loon can't beat me.
he? Yeah.
But he's left himself in a bit of a shitty situation here because he's on the rail. He's got to top this away. Yeah, that's a good shot. That's a nice shot. It's good thinking. He's just going to stay in the game. Loon's having a look at the shot clock, the match clock, watching it tick down. Jamie should be taking his extension on the shot that he can't play. So pot this, then take your extension.
See, I think you should have been aggressive with that and had a go.
I think he did, actually. But now just take your extension. And Loon's got to be careful not to do what we was talking about.
Loon can't win now.
Yeah, but don't concede the frame.
Yeah.
So we've got to watch this because we've got to be strict on this. Right, Loon will have a go. Loon will have a go. And we've seen it done. Gareth Potts did it in 24.
Stand by your beds, people.
Oh, God.
No, he's thinking
Yeah,
I
he's
can't-
gone
I
now.
can't
He's
do
gone
it.
now. He's gone now. It's less than 10, so...
Oh no, he's still
as
still
long as
banging.
Yes, if he'd potted the black, he'd have been a bit disappointed then, wouldn't he? no point you rushing. Right, so 2-2. Right, we'll be back for the next match in a minute or so. Right, so we're back in the game, and we're just as we normally do, talking absolute bollocks. So while Chase does his business on in the table, we're looking at possible permutations from this, and we think that even though Loon is top of the table, he probably is in the most danger of not qualifying if form goes the way it should. If Joe wins this match, then it's going to be Joe and Loon in the last match of the night on a winner-takes-all, because Jamie will have qualified. Of course, there's loads of things that could happen, so we'll know more after this match, obviously.
Melted on that. You should think you was up there like you was the other week. Do that. You should play how you did the other week.
Yeah, again, that's another thing, Dino. You're absolutely right. Absolutely right. They could easily do that.
You've got to look at it like in the league and all that kind of thing. You know, it's a bit less.
And as Dave quite rightly just said, it's unlikely we're going to get a 6-red shootout. But the other thing you could end up with is all 4 players could finish on 4 points here.
Yeah, wow. That's a great show, isn't it? And then I suppose if that did happen, the right scores would mean a 6-red shootout. 4-way 6 red.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, unless there's a 4-1 win somewhere else. So that 4-1 could actually do Dan a massive favour. The 2-1 win for Jamie Hughes, it could come back and bite him on the backside. It really could. But the gods will say, so let's see what happens. Young Lucas is standing behind me, so I'm assuming you've been dumped out of the plate. Didn't deserve it, but he's out of the flyer.
Did you win 2 matches?
Won the first one and then lost 4-3 to
That new PB?
Mange? Lost to Mange? Well, he's a previous winner, mate. There's no shame in that.
Do you know why I lost him though?
Because he's better than you.
First frame, I've dished, I went in off on the black.
So you didn't dish then?
They didn't dish it.
Well, yeah, but I basically did.
No, you didn't.
I put it to black and then went in.
God, do you know what? Do you know what? Every time I've lost a match that I broke, I basically broke and didn't dish up. But I nearly did.
Really? Fuck.
Yeah.
More importantly, when we're having a first to 5 for a Mars bar again, that was exciting.
Evening, Mr. B. You finally found the chat in your YouTube. Well done, mate. Yeah, so Andy Twigger and Dean Coppin on Wednesday, early doors. Winner to play the winner of... No, who's the winner playing of that?
Darren Hill, wasn't it, from memory?
Yeah, winner to play that is winner playing Darren Hill straight after, 7:30. So
The belt.
the belt, yeah. Chase is playing again Darren Mills on Wednesday early, and the winner of that's playing Mr. Morsley. World champion Barbara Taylor, Bradley Peake, and Scott Gamble, who beat Karen Darby earlier today, has got Joe Greenwood, and that will take us to the semi-finals. We'll probably put the semis and the final on the same night the following week. So that could be interesting.
Joe's got a little dabble at reds here.
Sorry about that little break there. We was just sorting out a domestic between Lucas and Matt. So we've got 65 viewers at the moment.
I think they're all here for me, if I'm honest.
Oh, Dave, I'll tell you what, I think that's our biggest number. So well done. Thank you very much. Your payment for the evening will be a can of Tango.
Thank you. I enjoyed it. It's
Yeah.
lovely.
Oh, did I get that one? Did
Yeah, I don't know. I'm presuming so.
I was going to get your next one.
Yeah. Not this time of night. That'll be it. Game over.
Yeah. You'll be weeing or not. Callum should do a 1-frame shootout comp, but 5 tournaments on the day with each win. What?
Cool. Go to bed, Callum.
Hang on, let's read through this. Should do a 1-frame shootout comp, but 5 tournaments on the day with each winning the player a point. Oh, I'll get you. Yeah, I'm with you. Yeah, that's been done sort of similar at Leicester before. I have got an idea to where we could do 2 or 3 comps on the day.
I did say, I guess to mix it up, it'd be interesting on a Monday night with a flyer if we did a sort of killer/flyer system where it was 1-frame shootout and then you just do like a winner, not a winner stays on, so everyone gets called, but you get 3 lives rather than like first to 4s.
Yeah, so
just to keep everyone in the room. If you know what I mean.
Almost, yeah, like a Swiss system 1-frame.
Yeah, basically. I guess just for this Monday night thing, 'cause it's a free comp.
But
it's just
maybe
a bit of
drawn
laugh.
out a hat rather than.
However it can be done. Yeah, it makes
yeah.
it. Yeah, random draw.
Yeah.
So if you win, you stay in, and you know.
Yeah, and your name goes in one thing, and you shuffle it up, pull it out. You know, yeah, it could be done. You could even do it on a randomizer, but you'd have to keep on top of it.
Just because this, don't know, having this and the Friday flyer exactly the same is a bit.
Yeah, I'll have a word with Phil. I'll have a word with the Flyer Squire. Unlucky Joe. I'll have a word with the Flyer Squire. We maybe had to sort something out.
Do we know who won the flyer last weekend?
What Friday?
No, the one before.
What? What you mean last Monday?
No, last Friday, week ago Friday.
Oh, I think it was you, was it?
Yeah. Definitely that should be the wild card. I think that's the most recent tournament winner. We don't count Friday because you know that doesn't count. Who did win Friday out of interest? I didn't see a write up.
I don't know. I wasn't here, but
No.
yeah. I don't know.
I do
Charlie,
like
you'll have to explain that to me when you come down next. I'll get you a can of cloudy apple.
I think that system now does work well for when what you're trying to achieve is a 1-frame system. So like people knock the Swiss system for the Kent trials,
Yeah.
but you are trying to get towards a 1-frame system. Whereas I don't think you should ever have a 1-frame system if you're getting into a first to 7. Do you get what I'm saying?
I do.
The trials
the only thing I'd say about the trials is that I still maintain that your better players should still be your best 1-frame players. I know there are better 1-frame players than others. I grant that, but generally speaking, if I gave you a list of 11 players and you had to pick 7 of them for your team, you're not going to pick who is arguably the best 1-frame player. You're going to pick the best player. Yeah. And
I think this rule set certainly that comes
yeah,
in
and I think you need to give the better players the opportunity to win through in trials, and I think anything less than 4 frames is brutal.
Yeah, agreed.
I think it's too brutal. You know, we played in the Scotland trials. We played first of 4 in a round robin, groups of 4, and it was twice I went out of the groups on 1 frame.
Yeah, it's brutal.
And it's incredibly brutal.
He's tried to go for a loss of turn there, I presume, has he?
Sav, I was waiting for you to pop in. I don't think either player is worried too much about the clock on this match, but they both need a win.
This is a cagey little frame, this, isn't it?
I think this whole match could be cagey, and this is again why I put the order in this way, because neither of these players have got a point yet, as you can see from the
Thank you.
as it stands table. So
Yes, please.
Lucas. Yeah, so I was just saying, yeah, I heard you're coming down on Friday, Mr. Twigger. I'm going to avoid the day because I've drawn Alex Lawrence yet again, thanks Ray Dean. So I want to come down Saturday with a half clear head so I can win the plate.
Good player, Spring, still.
Yeah,
Good player.
he's a cracking little player. We've played each other 3 times on the tour now. He's 2-1 up. Both times he beat me here, funny enough. I beat him in London, he beat me here twice.
Well, he's a good little player and all now.
Well, he's Absolutely exceptional player. Playing more 9-ball than 8-ball at the moment, I believe, but he's still, still a cracking player. I did order some extra wine though.
And a straw.
Yeah, I'm going to wear my Welsh shirt on Saturday, Mr. B. I've decided now. Actually, Twigs, a good point. Mark Brazier says that he doesn't mind me playing for Scotland, and he's very proud of me and all that sort of business. And he gave me all the congratulations that he could have offered me, but he said I've got to change my flag on my Q score because it's a Scottish flag. So I was thinking, well, so's yours. So on Saturday, for the tour, the seniors tour, I think we should both wear our Scotland tops.
And your kilts.
I actually haven't got a kilt, my family hasn't got a Scottish name.
Us real Scottish people have.
Yeah. I qualify by birth, not by name. I make no bones about that. Still incredibly proud to, and I will sing the national anthem if I can remember the words. None of the words make sense to the Scottish national anthem. That's the strangest thing.
Is it Flower of Scotland?
The Flower of Scotland, yeah, but if you read the words, they don't fit with the music for a start, and they don't make any less sense to me.
The jock was probably pissed when they read.
Yeah. We all have fun. Oh, well, Joe's. Yeah, it's not the end of the world, but if he leaves them, it's obvious this shot, isn't it?
I don't know. It's
Lost
such
a
an
turn.
easy up and down, though, isn't
Yeah,
it?
it's lost a turn.
No, he's played that well.
Yeah, just a little bit thicker would be good, but Joe.
Because you wouldn't even hit the reds.
I don't know if the first red goes off the second red into the top right. That's the only thing. I'd be looking at that. I'd be looking at that because it brings the red off the rail as well. And it doesn't leave an awful lot, as long as it doesn't go in off
I
it.
think he gets played the gap with left-hand side.
No, I don't think so. I don't think he can get the white in there. He can go up and down, maybe.
That's what I mean.
Oh, I see what you mean, yeah. No, see, I'd have played that a lot harder, but he's played it safe, which is fine because they're not
Yeah, but
worrying
now
about the shot clock.
Now he can play the plant with top down to the bottom round and leave Joe nothing, can't he?
Well, they're leaving him more than he left last time, but I do understand what you're saying. For me, I'm playing the yellow on the bottom rail and leaving the white where the yellow is because
okay.
the red into the top left is in off and it brings the yellow off the rail. But it's what you see, I suppose. As I've said every week, you've played your shot there, Dave, and it's not got far away from it. But
I just think you're progressing the frame now. I
Yeah,
Joe
absolutely,
knocks
yeah.
This is why I probably lose frames because I'm more worried about progressing my balls.
Yeah. I think now
You know.
he's asking Joe a question. Now, if Joe doesn't answer the question, of course, he's in control. But if Joe pots one of these two reds, well, the first red in either the top left or top right, the frame is beckoning, isn't it?
Nailed it. Shot.
Now, and the natural angle here as well. He hasn't got to do anything. He's just got to drop this red in the middle, and the white should track past the black
Yeah, I
for the
think it
same
will.
pocket. It should. If he plays it thin, it might hit it. He doesn't want to hit this black.
Played it nice.
Yeah, he's played that really well. Played it nice and thick. Would have loved it to be off the rail,
That
but
was a long frame.
yeah, that's almost over 10 minutes. Over 10 minutes. Longest frame I think that's the longest frame of the whole competition so far.
Is it?
Yeah. I think that trumps Jamie Hughes' third frame, fourth frame earlier on. So, yeah, over 10-minute frame. Joe will be over the moon to get that in the bank because you're probably looking at 2 more frames in this match. So if Joe can nick 1 more frame, he knows he's got that
Who's
point on
got
the board.
Luke up last?
Well, that's the thing we were saying earlier on because Jamie's got Luke last.
Luke's head drops.
Then Joe knows that if he wins 2 because of the draw. I mean, someone was saying earlier on the chat that the draw's no good for Joe Gamble, and I actually think the draw was massive for Joe Gamble because he knew that if he wins his next 2 matches, he's through. The same applied to Luke, obviously, but and still does. So either one of these players can still qualify out of this tournament. They just have to win this match. A draw in this match would make it incredibly interesting because, like I said earlier, we could end up with all 4 players on 4 points.
Oh, nearly a black again there.
Yeah. He's got close a couple of times tonight, Luke. In fairness, he's probably got the biggest break out of all 4 of them.
Very aggressive shot, double first ball.
Yeah, it's a frame winner if you get it, isn't it?
Otherwise, you've got to go yellows, and then you're putting yourself up against it, aren't you? That's what I think you've got to play that double.
I think the only thing I'd say about that, Dave, is that he's got to get past it. Yeah, the only thing I'd say about that, taking reds for Joe is better than taking reds for Luke, because he doesn't mind another 10-minute framing.
Yeah.
Provided he wins it, of course.
Yeah, of course.
Oh, I'd be definitely be playing that skill shot now,
Yeah.
though, Joe. Oh, Joe, what have you done there? See, now he's made it.
Although now he's got a nice angle to play it now and hide the white, hasn't he?
Look at what he's done with the reds.
Yeah. I think he has got the angle there. Is he on it? I can't see.
No, I don't think he is.
Don't know why I'm tilting my head like.
Yeah, so the table doesn't move on the screen. No, I don't think he's on anything here.
No.
The only thing he's got is red, yellow top right, or double. He's got a double past the red in the middle. But he's going into the yellows here. He doesn't want to do this. Oh, he's played safe. Now that nearly turned out to be an incredible shot.
Imagine if that had lost a turn.
Yeah, I think.
No, he's kind of done the job. So he's going to have to play it now himself.
He's going to have
isn't
to
he?
play the red. Yeah, he can't afford not to.
And he's tied that one up down the bottom somehow.
Yeah,
It's come out a dream,
it's come out beautifully. Yeah, it's lovely. The only thing I say is that I think those 2 reds on the right do plant. So he doesn't really need to do too much here. He needs to work out what he's going to do with that one on the bottom left, because the black's now a big pocket into the top left.
If they're absolutely set, you top throw to the rail and use that to disturb, didn't you?
Yeah, I think they are set. You've just got to be careful. If there's too much of a gap, they will reverse spin, and the second red will pop out rather than pop in, and it'll rattle in the pocket. And it looks like they're set, and all of a sudden the second red will straighten up and it will rattle. Yeah, they were set. So that's lovely. So 1 good shot, I think, here.
Hold your nerve time.
Yeah, I think he's got a... Actually, that's not finished great when I'm looking at it.
I think it's going to go long, and then.
Well, no, going long. Well, if he can get past the yellow onto the right-hand rail, then yes.
Somewhere near the pocket.
Yeah. Yeah, that's not... Oh, no, it's not good. It's not good.
Missed him by a mile, didn't he?
Yeah, he's missed him. Right, so Joe's got a slim chance here. This is not easy, but it is a chance. Yeah, agreed, Cops. I agree that, Dino, completely. And this, the third frame, it should go 15-second shot clock, but...
Does that sneak past that red?
I think it does, yeah. I think it does. Yeah. He wouldn't have played it if it didn't. Or he shouldn't have played it if it didn't.
It looks like an afterthought, but...
Yeah, maybe. We've just got a little viewer standing next to us, Mr. Lernahan. Mr. Loon.
Hanging on in there.
Top of the table at the moment, but we've been saying you're a bit fragile.
Fragilely placed.
You need a result in your last match, don't you?
Any,
Depending on this.
Well,
Yeah.
it's looking like you do, because you've got Joe, haven't you? Whereas Jamie is looking like he's going to be playing Luke, and if Joe does take this out, then it looks like
they
Luke.
both go.
Yeah, it looks
he's
like
on
Luke
that.
will be out of the tournament, which means he's not got much to play for.
Although
perhaps.
sometimes that goes the other way and that person frees their
Absolutely,
arm.
yeah, can free their arm up. And Luke's got undoubted talent. You know, in his first frame against Loon earlier on, you know, he showed that he's got talent. And I actually thought he played all right against Loon, but he got looned. That's a nice shot. I'm gonna give that with lovely pace, exactly as you should. He's just dragged that a bit. Absolutely lovely, beautiful pace, middle bag. So in a slow match, 9 minutes left. There's still time. There's still time. You know, Luke's no slouch, but he does look a little bit dejected in his chair, I have to say. And he's not playing with his own cue. It has to be said as well. He is using
Is there a
racker.
reason why?
Yeah, his cue's broken apparently.
Ah,
He's,
okay.
He needed some repair work done, so He's playing with one of my club rackers, and they are brilliant club rackers, but obviously not his own kit. Still a racker.
I've left my case in the kitchen again, so you don't complain, because Smith is cues in there and he's let me use it, so I've left it in there just so he knows.
You can't open it.
It's just easier for him to go straight to the kitchen. It's in the morning, won't it?
Once it in his key tomorrow.
Just take it over here.
And he's not playing with that cue. He's not playing with that cue.
No, he was playing with my cue. Mark Smith, if you're listening, that's my cue, and I took it back. Cheeky bastard.
I'm going to take it straight back up and left it.
Not if I take the keys out of me, what? Well, so it'll be one favour for you. I don't get another beer, by the way.
And give it him first, please.
Did you get him a drink? Oh.
Pepsi Max.
Yeah.
Yes, please.
No, mine.
Oh, thank you. Very nice. Free Pepsi Max. I'll come here again.
Right, so here we go. It's, do you know what? This is still in the balance. This is. Yeah, Braze, I was just literally about to say exactly that. 2-2 would be incredibly interesting, because then if both these players were to win their last frame, which they are both more than capable of doing, we'd end up with 4 players on 4 points. Now, I know the Ultimate use 6 red shootouts first breaker. I don't, and I know that I'm getting a bit of grief for that, particularly from Mr. Minter. I'm glad he's not online tonight. But frame difference counts, which then puts Loon massively in the driving seat, and obviously dependent on the last 2 matches, would be all about how many frames you can win.
It looks interesting. He's not a slow player.
No, he's not.
But
No,
he kind of looks lethargic, doesn't he? Does that make sense?
I think personally, his head's down. I think he's missed a trick here. He's lost one match, and he's 2-0 down, and he's almost give it up.
Yeah, well, look at his
Even
his legs.
Yeah,
You can tell by his legs.
Well, we can see his body language. He's just doesn't seem to be at the races. But it's a shame, really, because I just think that people need to understand you're never out of this format ever. He's still got another match to play. He's still got 3 points to play for. I know that he needs a result out of this, otherwise he's out, because obviously the top 2 players have already got 4 points. But he's 2 frames behind with 7.5 minutes to go. He could easily win these matches. He's got a cut break. It's a big break. He can easily put a black down the hole. So, you know, I just think he's given up. I think he's just a little bit premature on giving up there. But anyway, I'm going to take a break. I'm going to leave you in the capable hands of Mr. Coakley. You can say as much as you want.
Thanks, mate. Nice little safety from Joe there, keeping the screws down. Oh, close. Joe should wrap this up quite comfortably here, I think. Just about controlling the white. See you later.
You're playing now? I don't blame you for that. Anyway,
3-0 Joe Gamble.
3-0. Sorry, I missed the end of that frame. So obviously this match is probably done and dusted, which I think puts Loon under pressure.
Yeah, you can't say it don't, does it? You know, it's
more so than Luke. More so than. But you could be right, Dave. You know, you could find that Luke goes out for one last hurrah and decides that he's going to smash Jamie all over the place, and Dan might beat Joe, and then all of a sudden, you know, Joe and Loon go through.
Yeah,
so.
I don't hope that he beats Jamie, but I hope that he does go and show something because he's better than he's showing tonight.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. The funny thing about this is that I'm just trying to work out my maths. The only thing that this guarantees is Luke out, doesn't it? It doesn't guarantee anything else.
No, it doesn't. Yeah, it doesn't guarantee anything, does it, at all?
Yeah, it means Luke can't qualify because he'd obviously be on.
I think it probably, if anything, it makes Jamie Hughes more of a strong favourite to go through.
Yeah.
If you're going to say anything about
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
But
Personally speaking, I think I'm going to put my my prediction hat on here and say that Joe Gamble's going to win this group.
yeah. Which is what we called from the start, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, I said, yeah. Well, I actually did say Jamie and Dan. I thought Dan might upset Joe, but we'll see because they've obviously now got to play each other in the last fight.
Yeah.
So my prediction still could hold if Lernerham was to beat Gamble. So again, you're absolutely right there, Mark. 4-0 could, well, it will put Joe huge favourite because the draw then gives him the edge. But let's not do that. We spent about 25 minutes talking about that 2 weeks ago, and I was smashed out my nuts.
It's funny, Joe, isn't it? He doesn't do anything wrong. Sorry, he doesn't do anything exciting, but he doesn't really do much wrong, does he? You know, he's not really done anything here. He's not big to pattern, and all of a sudden he's just rolled a load of yellows in. You know, it's interesting, really. He's never been wrong, Jamie. Oh, Joe, what have you done there? That's an awful shot from Joe, that. Lazy.
You're learning. Right, is this going to be 4-0? As Mark. Oh,
Yeah, he went on
no, that's not a great shot. Well, he obviously was. He could have cut that if he used it thick, didn't he?
Oh, yeah, he did. That's always confusing, that, isn't it?
Yeah.
Look, Luke's. What are you doing, Luke?
He's give up. He's give up.
No, he shouldn't really give in. Actually, he could knock these in 30 seconds, have a golden break, and all of a sudden he's back in the room, isn't he?
Yeah, that's not the best shot in the world. He's better than that, but let's see if this. Still 3 minutes to go. Yeah, good shot. So 2 minutes 40 seconds. Honestly, Twigs, I think it's really easy for look, I'm speaking not from experience here, but I've spoken to a lot of people who have come off the table and told me exactly what you've just said, including yourself, how the shot clock massively affects the way you play, and everyone thinks about the fast players being in some advantage, but I still hark back to week 1, and the best person I've seen managing this shot clock was Chase, and I think it's because he's watched it so many times. He knew exactly what he was doing all the time, and it's about seeing the shot early, not playing the shot early, and Chase is very good at that, so he did very well. And Jamie Hughes has actually played the shot clock pretty well tonight, even though it's the opposite way that you'd expect. But it'll be interesting next week with an experienced pool player sitting in the comm spots next to me, who some might argue is a fast player. But will the shot clock suit you? I don't know.
Yes.
Do you think?
My prediction is yes. If anyone wants to play me for 50 quid, 15-second shot clock, any takers on the stream, I'm available. Monday to Friday, 12 till 4, 15-second shot clock. Get your offers in.
But you'd take the same bet if it was a 4-minute shot clock.
Definitely would not. How long you know me? I'm the most impatient man in the world. I think you said though is that the key thing is I'm not quick like I used to be because I'm old and fat, but it's seeing the shot quick is the key to it.
I think that's
it's not
it.
playing the
it's
shot
not
quick.
playing the shot. You've got to be able to see it. You know, anyone can play a shot quickly. Anyone can just run up to the table and hit a ball. You've got to know what that shot's got to be the right shot still. And I just think, I just think that Chase sees shots quite quickly, and he obviously played it well. And I do really think that although Jamie Gamble gets Jamie Hughes, gets a lot of grief, I do think he sees the shot early, but he sees it and then shuts his eyes. You know, I don't know. Maybe I'm giving him a little bit of disservice, but he's got a rail. Yep, he's okay. So Luke's decided he's just going to give it a slap, which is fair enough. He's not going to get 2 frames in 52 seconds, but...
Is it his break next?
All right, yeah, I'll take that back. He could do a golden break, but he's got to pot that yellow over the top right, top left, doesn't he? So...
It's awful, isn't it?
4-1 could still make a difference. I think Joe should still try and win this frame.
Oh, 100%.
I think he's
opting to not lose it.
and I think he should try and win it.
Well, all of a sudden, what's happened there?
He's giving. So, hang on a sec. That's
He's
before.
shook his hand. Yeah, it's 4-1.
Well, I need to see what Chase is going to do there. He's conceded that frame before 15 seconds. So I wonder if I should actually.
Should be 4-1. I think you know.
Yeah, bear with me 1 second. I might have to come back to you on that one. I'll be back in 2 seconds. Right, yeah, so we just had a conversation with our match referee.
I've
and
called
we've,
4-1. They've both said 3-1.
yeah, 3-1 is the result.
I'm assuming you're going to chuck me on first. That'd be great. Hanging up my retirement after this.
Yeah, your game is on now. Yeah, your game is on.
Good luck, mate.
Crows, mate. I said yes, but
Yeah,
Crows
we'll be
said
back
no.
in 1 Right, we're back, and there was a little bit of a steward's inquiry there. No, you're wrong, Bevan. It wasn't loss of frame because I had a word with Chase. Chase knows more about this sort of situation than most of us, and Chase is quite right, in my opinion, anyway. And I've made a decision as tournament director that I'm going to support the referee. Luke did not interfere with gameplay when he conceded the frame, conceded the match. Sorry. There was 17 seconds left when he conceded, and he only conceded his own chance to golden break in the next frame. Joe had the opportunity to call an extension, so the match would have been over anyway. So 3-1 was the decision, and if you don't like it, you can put your objection in triplicate to me at Lee Crowhurst, idon'tgiveafuck.com.
New balls.
New balls, new frames. So Luke and Jamie, Luke has already told me he's just retiring from Paul, so this could be a very interesting match because I think you might see some fireworks here from Luke, but I'm going to predict that Jamie wins this match.
Some would say Luke actually retired about 2 hours ago, but you know, might be a bit harsh. G Unit, if you're still listening, yep, Wednesday, all good, usual. See you then.
So it makes it very interesting anyway. Luke is obviously now out of the tournament, and he's still got this match to play. I hope he still does treat you with respect. You can't force the man to do so, so it's entirely down to him. But if Jamie were to win this match, he would then obviously go to 7 points. And then the last match that you'll see, which is Lernahan versus Joe, obviously a draw would suit Dan, because he would then go through on points. But if Luke were to pull out a big win here, let's just say a 4-0 or something like that, then I'm not sure how that then affects the situation, because Jamie then could find himself out of the tournament. But
Oh, that black would have gone then.
cool, that was a big old break considering he snatched the.
That black's
Quite
going
hard.
straight in that middle there.
Yeah. It was, yeah. It smashed the red in, yeah. I think you're right. Well, it must have been going in that direction because the red
Nice.
wouldn't have gone there. Yeah, Bev, I'm with you. Luke could slap some balls around here, and he is more than capable of potting, his way to 4-0. Jamie's a wily fox, though. He'll know that. So I fancy he might keep him off the table for as long as he can. Keep him sitting down, then he'll be at least cold, so he might come to the table. And it does make a difference. You come to the table cold. Yeah, that's what I was just saying, Mark. The one at risk here is obviously Loon, which is weird considering he's been top of the table since the first match.
Evening, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, but he couldn't lose the frame, Jamie. That was the point. That's why we put it through at 3-1. He couldn't lose the frame because, unless of course, he wasn't coming back to the table.
That's a great shot.
It was a situation where the ref decided that he wasn't interfering with gameplay, so therefore the shake of the hand was the match, and he was just asking the player if he would accept a 3-1, which the other player has since accepted.
What's happening in the old flyer? Do we know? Any exciting
Yeah, no,
results
I
on the
don't know
flyer?
what's going on the flyer. I haven't seen any results. I'll be honest, there's 3 lads here from that come down quite a lot with Tommy Carter and that.
It's nice seeing some different faces in these flyers.
Yeah, I think this is one of our most successful tournaments. I really do. I know we haven't let the golds in for this one. That was out of respect for Mr. Minter because he was running his own tournament at the time. But I will run this tournament again Probably I will do this again where no golds are allowed in, but I will obviously run one for golds as well. I'll just up the entry fee.
Because they like to play for millions.
Yeah. Until the money has to be paid.
Yeah. I think could you do a 16-man elite one maybe? 50,
Yeah, we'll definitely do that.
16 man, 50 quid buy-in
I'll
or something?
I'll coordinate it with Minter, because obviously I think he'll want to do this again.
I think Charlie said to me he's not due to do one again for about 9 months.
Okay.
It was a while. I know he said it was a while though.
Oh, I was nearly a shot of the day for Luke there.
I think he's just planning to use his hands here, don't he? He's going to go for silly stuff, and Hughes is going to do what Hughes does, take his time.
Oh yeah, and there's no reason why Jamie. The thing, if I was Jamie here, I'd be keeping Luke off the table as long as I can, whether that be by playing slowly or by potting balls. I don't want the man to come on and slap balls around, because he's dangerous. Every player's dangerous if he's slapping balls. And secondly, he's more likely to miss if he's cold. So just keep him off the table.
Are you saying you think that he does it on purpose? Because the reason I say that is this is a prime example. He's just stunned that ball. The white stopped on a sixpence of where it is, and he looks confused, and he's looking around the table again. Like he's done exactly what he tried to do.
Yeah.
So are people doing it on purpose?
No,
or?
I think that for me that consolidates exactly what I was trying to say earlier on about Jamie's play. Jamie's play is that he sees the shot quickly and then tries to talk himself out of it. And I just think he would be a better player if he just played the shot. I really do. I think he would benefit hugely from coaching.
What's he tried to do there?
I think he's trying to double it. I think he's tried to make something happen. And for me, the skill shot was probably there. Yeah, the skill shot was probably there.
Deep screwed right down to the bottom rail. There's nothing happening, is there?
Yeah.
What are we going to do here, Hughesy? Second guess yourself 15 times? That's it, put that dead straight. That makes sense, doesn't it? What is going on here? It's so weird.
You could have made that so much easier, couldn't you? Just leaving it along
Yeah, we'll
the
still
top
knock
rail.
him in, but it's just a weird way of doing it, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, he's
hasn't
missed
knocked
it.
At all. And that's just a bad shot. The first shot should have been the white behind the black, shouldn't it? You know, play the right shot. He picked the right ball, but you put the white on the top rail, don't you?
Yeah, and you just float it up.
Yeah. Oh, hello.
Oh, he ain't going to get a frame tonight, is he? Oh, my goodness. Saying it all.
If anything, that's going to make things worse.
Bad shot, isn't it?
Yeah, it's just. I don't know. Chris Ernan used to say to me that that's bad shot all day long. I'm not in that camp. I think he's unlucky there. It might be a bit lazy, but I don't think it's a bad shot. I feel for him a bit. Look, he's better than this. He is better than this. Anyway, I reiterate, I haven't seen Mr. Jefferson on the stream tonight, but we do need a referee for next week. If Jefferson is the man, then he needs to come over and tell me.
Someone put on there earlier that Andy said
That
he
was
was doing
Bevan.
it.
Yeah, that was Bevan.
Was it? Is that you poke your nose in again, Bev, or have you actually got some inside info there? I'd hasten to think it's probably the first one.
Oh yeah, just going back, Jamie. I know we were harking on about something that was already done and gone because Chase made the right decision or a decision, which I'm going to back. But the fact that he could have won the frame then makes that even more right that we didn't go 4-1, wasn't it? Because he couldn't lose the frame, so by conceding it or conceding the match, it's right to say 3-1 because he could have won the frame but he couldn't lose it. Okay, John. I'm not on Facebook at the moment, mate. So I've literally not turned my Facebook on because I end up trying to answer questions about all sorts of rubbish. Plus, idiot Liverpool fans talking to me about Man United, quite rightly parting company with the wonderful Erik ten Hag. Top man that he was. I won't have a bad word said about him. Biggest job in world football. I know what you're laughing at. Jurgen Klopp. Jurgen Klopp would have folded like a pack of cards in that job. No way he would have won anything. Nothing. He certainly wouldn't have won the dodgy championship that he won that should never have happened in COVID.
COVID Cup.
Yeah. As far as I'm concerned, Liverpool haven't won a league title since 1990.
Someone on the
35 years. Oh.
someone on the telly box said something funny earlier. They were saying Anfield's meant to have the best and most intimidating atmosphere, but the only time they won the Premiership was when none of them were there.
Yeah.
It's quite a funny one to think when you think about it.
Oh yeah, but that's the Scousers all over, mate. Great history if they write it.
Away from the poll, who would you hope to get? Who would you be your pick?
I you know what? As a Man United fan, I'm 55 years old. You know, I'm a bit of a romantic guy, as far as football's concerned. Anyway, Donna might disagree, but do you know who I would like to see get the job? And I don't even know if he's applied. Michael Carrick.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, interesting.
I would love to see.
Is he still at Borough? I don't
Yeah,
even know.
he is, and he's doing a cracking job considering where Borough are and the money they've got. And do you know what I would do if I had the choice? If I couldn't get Michael Carrick, if it was down to me, I'd bring Ollie back.
Would you?
Yeah. I don't think he did a bad job. I think he was at the wrong time. I think he's an underrated manager.
He's not had a job since, has he? I don't
No,
think.
he's chosen not to. Apparently, he's been offered loads. But I think, if I'm being honest, I think they'll stick with Ruud van Nistelrooy because I don't think they're that adventurous. I think they'll stick with Ruud van Nistelrooy. I hope they don't go the Graham Potter route. I don't have anything really bad to say against the man. I just don't think he's a Man United manager.
I think all us
I'd love to
non-United
see.
fans, Southgate.
I'd love to see anyone bat Southgate. I'd love to see Zidane. I'm
Stretching it a bit.
I'm not. Yeah, no. Apparently Zidane would take the job, but he can't speak English, and he doesn't want to work in England because he can't speak English. Amarin from is he at Porto? He's Portuguese. Amarin's not, untested. I don't like it when Man United take on managers I've never heard of, and I don't really know him too well. So, yeah, I'd love to see Carrick.
What's Laurent Blanc done since?
I don't know where Blanc is now, to be honest.
I don't think he's done anything for that last
He went to France, didn't he? I know he was in. It might be at Lille or something like that, but he was still in management last time I saw it. Yeah, McKenna's not a bad shout, Kieran. McKenna would be a long-term appointment for me, though, and I think Man United needs some success. You can't keep throwing money at these managers, and Man United fans are incredibly loyal. But if McKenna comes in, he's going to need a 5-year contract and a 5-year job. We need a league title before then, surely.
Mourinho said he wanted a bottom of the table club.
Mate, I'd give it to Mourinho tomorrow.
He'd win something.
Yeah, he'd win you a trophy. So I think Jose's an incredible manager. I think he's one of the top 5 in history, if I'm being honest.
Yeah. I think he's not even trying now, is he?
No.
Throw the towel in. So, for argument's sake, about that, what you were saying about the last one now, if Luke threw the towel in now, you're saying that would be a 2-0?
1-0. It'd be a 1-0.
I can't see how that's right, because you're denying Jamie the opportunity to win.
It is what it is, if Jamie accepts it. If Jamie shakes his hand, he's accepting it. So you can't concede 3 frames.
So, let's just say, for argument's sake, the way it worked is that Jamie needed to beat Luke 4-0.
Yeah.
How would that work?
I'd be incredibly disappointed if Luke allowed that to happen. Let's hope that doesn't happen. But
I guess can't see how it can't be the maximum frames, but it's your decision, as like you're saying, Jason's decision.
I understand what you're saying. If Jamie needed a 4-0 and Luke gave up at 1-0, yeah, fair point.
Frank.
He certainly wouldn't be coming back to another comp.
Oh, Rodri won the Ballon d'Or. Up the City. Best club in the world.
Okay, it's fine. We called this early on when Phil was a bit slow on the match clock there, but we called this early in the tournament. This is not the ultimate pool. If the match clock clicks on by a few seconds, then that's just the way it goes. Rodri, Ballon d'Or. Is that true, Josh? Are you winding me up, or is that true? Look, I don't have nothing against it. I think he's an incredible footballer.
He was favourite early on.
Yeah, absolutely incredible. I think it should have been Vinicius Junior, in my opinion. I know some people that think it should be Salah, but I think the only thing he wins is, gold medal diving. But yeah, Rodri, what a player! What a season! What a few seasons, to be honest. Nice to see midfielder get it. Iniesta should have got it at least 3 times that Messi got it.
We had a little
I don't know why I'm arguing with you about football anyway, Josh. You think Messi's the best player that's ever fucking lived. You know nothing about football. Nothing at all.
We had a chat earlier. I can't remember who it was, but someone asked, who do you think the best Dutch player of all time is? And I think you'll say what I said.
It's Cruyff.
It's
Cruyff.
I went for him second.
No, Cruyff. Without he's levels.
I mean,
above.
you're a bit older than me, but
Yeah. Cruyff is, who would you say? Bergkamp.
no. I honestly thought you'd agree with me.
Dutch.
I think he's one of the best players of all
Van
time.
Basten.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Certainly,
all I said.
probably the best striker, but Cruyff's levels. Cruyff's in the top 5 players of all time.
Just because he was so far advanced.
He was
technically gifted and
he was 20 years, 25 years ahead of his
probably
time.
more than that, isn't it?
Unbelievable.
He done that Cruyff turn in about 72 or
Yeah,
something.
yeah. Look, Holland should have won the World Cup in '74 and certainly in '78. Certainly in '78 when Argentina won it. If that World Cup had been anywhere but Argentina, Holland would have won it. They were the best team in the world by a mile, and Cruyff was the best player in the world in '78.
Bent result early doors in that, wasn't
Yeah,
it?
it was. Yeah, look, it's South America, but yeah, I mean, look, these youngsters like Joshua Wheeler say about Messi, it's nonsense. Iniesta should have won the Ballon d'Or at least 3 times during Messi's 8 times, and then you would say that the 7 times or 6 times that Ronaldo won it, nobody was in the running other than Messi. Messi won the Ballon d'Or when he wasn't even the best player in his own team, let alone in the world. It's so biased, it's incredible. Messi is probably in the top 5 in the world ever. Certainly not in the top 3 in my opinion. Maradona is the best Argentinian player ever born and the best footballer ever born. And there's no argument about
This
that.
match is a bit of a dead rubber, so we've gone on to football.
Absolutely no. And anyone who argues that Messi is better than Maradona should probably just find the nearest bridge and jump off it. Maradona could do things with a football that Messi could only do on FIFA.
Have you seen the one with Maradona when he's in the centre circle warming up and he kicks the ball about 300 miles in the air?
Unbelievable. What a player. And these youngsters think football only started in 1999. Maradona was he was just unreal. He was so far ahead of everyone else. You could argue then that the next level of football, you could probably put 4 or 5 players in it, and then I wouldn't argue. Messi would be in that, Ronaldo would be in that, the other Ronaldo would also be in that. And then you've got players like Iniesta, who has been so badly treated by FIFA. How he has never won the Ballon d'Or is unbelievable. He made Messi the player that he is. He made him on his own. For 2 years, Messi was not even the best player at Barcelona, and Iniesta was looked over. It was incredible. But these youngsters, they just look at goals and headlines and press and media. They don't watch football. They know nothing.
George Best, how's he doing? How's he up
Well,
there?
Best is probably, look, no youngster's going to know Best. If George Best was playing now, he'd be the best player in the world.
I think he's that good.
Oh.
Was he would have had more support from the
He was very much like when CR7 Ronaldo came to United. everyone said he got dived, he was diving all over the place. He got kicked everywhere, chopped, and so did Maradona, funny enough. Chopped all over the pitch. And George Best, if you watch him back in the day, he played on, it was on turf that he was playing, not on pitches. You know, these players now, they play on carpet, don't they?
With a big leather ball.
Yeah, but George Best played on chopped up turf with a big leather ball, and he ran past players like they weren't there. He glided past, and you could kick him all he liked, but he's you know, incredible player, absolutely incredible player. Then you got to look at, you know, Bobby Charlton. You know, he's got to be up there for me. But yeah, what you mentioned, this conversation started with Johan Cruyff. Yeah. But for me, Maradona number one. I'll argue about the next five all day long. But if you don't think Maradona's number one, I don't want to talk to you. Honestly, he's that far ahead. Yeah. He's on his own. He's on a level on his own.
The goal in the hand of God game is
yeah,
unbelievable.
that's the problem with English people, though. They're so biased against people that do things against them. Let's be honest, right? Maradona handballed the ball in the 1986 quarter-final. We know that. He cheated. We know that. Gary Lineker never got booked in his life. In that same World Cup, handballed the ball and scored and ran off with his hands in the air. The referee blew the whistle, disallowed the goal, didn't yellow card him. Nobody called Lineker a cheat. You know, it's just our perception. If you take that away, you also got to remember in that same game he scored probably the best World Cup goal ever.
That's the goal I'm talking about. Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Ever.
He got kicked hard about 5 times. He still gets walked through him.
And that's what George Best used to do, in fairness.
With no shin pads.
Yeah. So, yeah, look, Josh Weir, I love you to bits, mate. Look, you're a favourite of mine, but all the time you think Messi's the best player ever, you're fucking deluded.
They're having a battle of who can name the worst footballer ever.
The worst I'm not even reading the comments because I knew it'd all be bullshit. But I can't even go back through these comments. The worst footballer ever. Is that what they're doing?
Well, they're just naming random footballers.
Imagine if I won for it. Imagine what the people say.
Yeah, I am a Scott-leaning pool player, John, but I'm also a pragmatic football fan. And anyone who thinks that Maradona's not the best footballer ever lived just doesn't know football. And the argument stops there for me. So, if you want to say Maradona's not the best, I'm not interested in your opinion of who is. There's my argument in a nutshell.
Back to Paul. Who's the best Paul player of all time?
Mick Hill.
Of our Paul, we're talking there, obviously.
Mick Hill.
Yeah, I'd agree.
Yeah, listen,
Michael Hill, don't offend
Michael,
him.
yeah. Listen, Tom Cousins is an incredible pool player, and he may one day well be the best. Tom's probably the best.
It's hard though, because you know, like the equipment, the rules, the this, the that, and the other. I don't think that Tom would have dominated in world rules. I know he won a world rules
Yeah,
title.
he did. And he got grief for that, didn't he?
Yeah, I don't think he would.
He got grief for
You know, do it the way. You know.
Mick was sort of the player that was. He won if he wanted to.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? I think, and it's the same argument with me with snooker. There's no question I will accept that Ronnie O'Sullivan is the best snooker player that's ever lived.
Yeah.
The greatest, for me, is still Hendry.
Yeah.
Because what he did in 9 years, 10 years. Ronnie's took 30 years to emulate.
Yeah, he absolutely dominated, didn't he? And don't forget, you know, some of those records, Ronnie's only recently.
Yeah.
You know, it's only recently. But,
And you've got to remember that Ronnie breaking the 1,000, you know, there was no way Henry was ever going to do that because they played like 10 tournaments a year.
If that, yeah.
And Ronnie's playing 20. So.
I wonder what the difference is in frequency of century. I reckon
Henry's
has
miles
got to be
ahead. Yeah,
higher.
Henry's miles ahead.
Do you think Stephen
Stan Bowles. God, you've named some player there, Dean Coppin. Stan Bowles. Stan Bowles, what a player he was, mate, in the 70s, yeah. See, these youngsters don't know these players. They don't get them. Stan Bowles, what a player. And Rodney Marsh, another one.
I used to like him on Soccer AM.
Who, Rodney?
Yeah.
Yeah, he was good. Good player, Rodney Marsh.
Was he?
Yeah, cracking player. Yeah, I'm with you there, Charlie. I think I agree with you, Charlie. I think the difference is that it's the best and the greatest. And, you know, if you take it to snooker, for me, Ronnie's undoubtedly the best. He is, yeah, I can't argue with that. But even Davis, I might even say Davis is the greatest. It's Davis or Hendry for me. And you youngsters keep saying it's because I'm older, but it's not. It's that these got, without Davis and Hendry, you haven't got a Ronnie. You just haven't got one. He's just not there.
Yeah, Davis changed snooker.
Davis changed snooker. He made snooker. He made it. It was dying. It was an old ladies' game. Nobody watched it apart from old women on telly, for sure. And only old men played it in working men's clubs. You know, the game was dead. It was played on the back of a dog. You know, you didn't have these super fine tables you got now. Davis made it. And Barry Hearn, I suppose, you've got to give him some credit as well.
When you watch some of them old footages of the cloths they're playing on,
mate.
how did they do it?
Awful. How did they hit a ball? And the balls, originally the balls were made of ivory, you know, and then they were plastic, you know. It's yeah.
I would have loved to have seen what Alex Higgins could have done in a movie.
Again, you know, he's another one. Alex Higgins, he's got to be in the reckoning as one of the
Natural
greatest
ability.
players ever. Him, Jimmy White,
Kirk Stevens.
Stevens, yeah, he had ability. I'm not sure he ever had head for the game, but you know, even Thorburn in a way, you know.
The grinder.
Yeah. Oh, hello, great shot.
That's that.
Right, so that's a big win there for Jamie. I know we talked about football all the way through. That game was a dead rubber, so we're going to take a break from the commentary. I'll update the as it stands, and then we will come back to commentary on Paul for the game that really matters tonight, because it is a big
game.
frame coming. So we'll be back in a few minutes. Right, so just before we come back to commentary, just to confirm a few things here. Jamie Hughes has now obviously qualified. He hasn't qualified necessarily top of the group, because a 4-0 win for Loon, I think, puts him top of the group. I'm not entirely sure on that yet. That will come down to head-to-head. Who won the head-to-head with Dan and Jamie?
Might lose 4-3.
Dan and Jamie drew, didn't they? 2-0. Am I going mad?
Oh, that'll be a 6-way shootout.
What's that?
That would be a six-red shootout.
If
So,
what happens?
so if Loon wins 4-0, it's a six-red shootout for top of the group.
Oh, I see.
So that's the only way we'll get a six-red shootout tonight. But if Charlie Minter has managed to join us, then he might get his wish.
Late night entertainment.
Late entertainment. But I mean, that's obviously an unlikely result, but a possible one. A draw would obviously put Loon through, and any win obviously puts Joe through and Dan out. But Jamie is fairly guaranteed to be top of the group, which some predicted. So we'll be back when they come back to lag. Right, so the players are ready. The referee is just returning to the arena to set the balls. He's just waiting for fresh balls. They're just coming along. So I'm just going to go and get myself another drink. So I don't think I've had enough. And we'll be back. This could be a blockbuster match. We're just looking at it now. A 4-0 win for Dan Lernahan means a 6-red shootout between Jamie and Loon to win the group. Any draw gives Loon the advantage, and any win obviously puts Joe through. So here we go. I'll just leave the stream running. I'm just going to turn the commentary off just for a couple of minutes and I will be back.
Frame one. Take the lower hand to break. Time on him. Jason Black.
Okay, sorry about that. We just had to step away from the commentary for a second for various reasons, but we're back. So this match is, as we say, big as they come for this group. Really matters. Luke's the only one that's out of the group. Jamie Hughes is guaranteed through, so it's winner takes all on this, as it has been for a few weeks now on the last frame, which is really working. Last match, sorry, really working well. I was saying earlier on, I think I said it off commentary, but I will take. That's a great shot. I'm taking that in there. Comments on this in the chat if you're wanting to comment. But I think, thank you, Matt. I actually think that this might be up there with the best tournament we've ever run in terms of entertainment. Obviously, the quality. Yeah, okay, there's no goal players in this one, but in terms of the entertainment, I think this is right up there. Any suggestions to improve would be warmly welcomed. And yes, before the golds get on the old keyboard, we will be running this for you early part next year. It's fucking freezing here. Use some antiperspirants.
Yeah. Just let me know. Cool. See you then, mate. See you later. Sorry, I guess sorting the game out from Mange, having a little practice before the big game next Monday.
Looks like Joe's got first opportunity here. Not an easy shot, but he's got a shot.
Got a cue, these.
Yeah, he's got to hit it. He's got to going off otherwise. Oh,
So
hello.
he's
He's not even going to hit a row here. No, that's a foul. Now that has given Loon a big opportunity.
Bit of commentator's eye there. Said he's going to phone you.
Thanks, John. There's a few people that said I should have gone 6 red shootout first, but I think frame difference matters in a short race. Yeah, he's making sure that's what he does. He's got work to do here, but
Low spot.
yeah, that's where he needs it. Oh, he's a bit short there. He's decelerated a little bit there, but
4-out positional shot, casual coming up.
well, I mean, the shot is to put the white near the left centre. You've got to be careful not to go in off the left centre, but now he's missed that and left it long. Now this is dangerous. Although the yellow's gone a little bit safe, so if I was Joe, I'd be thinking I've got a chance here. I'd be queuing this, bet you. Would you be dropping it or would you be knocking it?
It's hard to say, 'cause, you know, that they both get suffered from a bit of a lack of confidence, haven't they?
Mm-hmm.
So saying that, I think you've got to cue it, you've got to bing it.
I think so. I think you've got to hit this. Joe's come off the rail first there, which I thought was a little bit of an odd choice.
Is there a gap? I mean, we know what Dan's
Oh yeah, no. I don't think that's a difficult pot, but the danger here is putting the white on the bottom rail. Oh damn. Yeah, but that's a frame over. So 1-0 Joe. Now, Dan would be disappointed with that. think there was any need to play it like that. I'm not going to replay it because don't need it. So 1-0 Joe, and 6 minute frame, 6 and a bit minute frame. It's not. Obviously, we're not going to get 5 frames at that rate, so Joe will fancy that he's in control. But if Loon can take 2 quick frames, which he can easily, then this could all swap round. Yep, DJ, it's first time we've done it. Obviously, I'm still going to keep on giving kudos to Mr. Minter, and I know that he doesn't want to claim credit because the Ultimate have done this before any of us, but it has worked out really well, hasn't it? I think it's gone really, really well. Everyone's looking forward to a Monday. It's a good talking point. We get more interaction on the social medias on the Mondays than any other tournament, maybe bar the Friday Flyer, but whilst we're on the subject of the Friday Flyer, I am still working on that. I know I promised you a few changes earlier on in the season. Other things took over. We are still going to work on the Friday Flyer. I do think it's gone a little bit stale. We need to just work on that a little bit and get some more interest in that. But it's still solid, but we need to get some more interest. Any ideas? Obviously, more than welcome.
Dan's worked hard to avoid them balls there.
Yeah.
I think his head's dropped a little bit.
Well, that frame would have hurt, wouldn't it? Because obviously he was giving it on a plate and he didn't pick it off. But
A little bit of pressure showing. Like to see him just get down and knock these in with confidence, you know.
I'm surprised he hasn't seen that double on the left rail. But now
This is where it starts going wrong, isn't it?
yeah. Unfortunately, the way Dan plays, it either goes very right or it can go very wrong. And yeah, if he starts to going off from shots like that, you know.
So looking at here, I'm sure you played a red on the right of the 2 and knocked the yellow out the way, didn't you?
Yeah, you do that now, I suppose. Yeah, with you, Callum. I don't know what the fascination is with 6-red shootouts. I don't really get it, to be honest. And you can go fuck yourself if Adam Kerbesley tweet. But you can't really play a 6-red shootout on a Friday night. We just haven't got the space.
And why would you? Why would you put it in there?
Why would you? I think it's such a pointless thing. Have you noticed I don't like 6-red shootouts?
I mean, I know it's a black ball thing, so you won't like it, but I actually think at least the shootout where the black goes on the spot and the white goes on the spot.
I don't mind that.
At least there's a bit of skill involved in it.
Yeah.
The 6-red shootout is a lottery, isn't it?
I don't mind that. The 6-red shootout's all on the break and you know, quickly you can get around the table. And, you know, as a 55-year-old man with an arthritic right-hand knee, is that word? I don't know. Yeah, I don't want to be playing Callum Britt on a 6-red shootout when he's got lucky in 2 frames, because that's the only way he's getting me to a 6-red shootout. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, I don't want to be playing Cannon Britt full stop if I'm quite honest,
No,
but you
it's
know,
too
it's
boring,
same
isn't it?
difference, isn't it? What about little Slok Patel? He's got a bit of potential for a junior, I think.
He has. He's going to hopefully come and play for us for Kent next year. He keeps asking about the trials as if he's got to play in them. But yeah, he's a great lad. We need people with his sort of enthusiasm for the game.
How old is he?
He's only 15, I think.
Someone said to me the other day he's 9. I was like, surely
No,
not.
I think
He's at secondary school, is he?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, he might be a bit older. Perhaps one of the juniors on the chat would be able to tell us how old Slok is. But yeah, he's got some potential. I mean, he's won a few things. Yep. It's fucking. Hang on, we're going off right. So as Adam's back in, absolutely right control. I haven't played it yet, but really looking forward to it. Thank you, mate.
Who's that for?
That's Adam Watts on Jasmine's account. Yeah. So yeah. Look, I've been working on the camera for 2 years. I think I finally settled on the best camera I could have got. It's brilliant on tournament day. We can spin it round and have a look at 5 to 8 tables. It's pretty good. I'm pleased with that. Well, you say that, Jamie. I mean, look, it's a fun tournament. There's people taking this seriously, So, is it a fun tournament because you guys aren't in it, or is it a fun tournament? I don't understand what he means by a fun tournament. Is it a fun tournament because the golds aren't in it? Because if that's the case, I think that's incredibly disrespectful.
I'm just disappointed he's only written one paragraph this time.
There's not a list of things we could have done.
Yeah. Oh, to have a
full dossier. Listen. I'll give Jamie his due. He's very passionate about the game. I'm not taking the piss when I say that, Jamie. I'm asking your opinion. What do you mean by a fun tournament? Do you mean because the golds weren't allowed in it? Because I think that's a bit disrespectful. Because the reason I did that is so that these guys could have a serious tournament.
There's nothing to stop here. Check if the device is on your home Wi-Fi network.
Sorry, Siri, I don't remember asking you anything.
It's about the money again, is what he's getting.
Oh yeah, but Jamie, a £30 tournament to somebody who only ever wins 3 frames in a Kent Open is massive. It's a huge investment. I don't understand. No, I'm sorry. We've had this conversation many times. Don't get it. £30 tournament. I mean, think about this. Right, £30 tournament, 64 entries. How much have I got? 1,900 quid.
Yeah.
Right. So the winner of this tournament, I haven't worked out the money, by the way, but the winner of this tournament is likely to be winning 500 to 600 quid.
Yeah. And that's even if you scale it down and play deep.
That's a huge win, isn't it? For this level of play.
It's massive. It's huge.
So it's not a fun
I
tournament.
enjoy spending it.
It's huge for this level of player. It is huge. So I'm sorry, Jamie. I don't accept that. I might retract my disrespectful word, but
also, if you did do this and you did it, I don't know. Let's just say you did it 50 quid a man buy-in.
Well, you wouldn't get 64 players if I did that.
Well, not that, but even the 16-man one, the atmosphere would be completely different.
Yeah, of course.
We
wouldn't have 60 people watching it for a start.
Yeah.
And you wouldn't have the interest.
Flyer
we wouldn't have the flyer going on.
I bet you did that. If you put a higher ranked one, a gold one on, for example, I bet you don't want it all come down every week for the flyer like it's filled up every week for this.
Well, for a start, Dave Ward's not on 200 grand a year. I love Dave to bits, and I don't want to tell you what he's actually earning, but I guarantee you now, Dave Ward doesn't earn 200 grand a year. And he's not in this tournament anyway. So I'm not sure. I'm not sure what analogy you're making there.
Never let fact get in the way of fiction, eh?
So yeah. But I'll say this, I have no idea what Dave Ward earns. If he is on 200 grand a year, then fair play to him. I'm pretty certain he ain't.
More importantly, what's Reece Townsend doing up Leicester at the moment?
Now.
of interest, what's Nigel doing for his flyers over at Red Hill? Was he making them £500 on a Tuesday night, first to freeze, is he? Or do we know?
I haven't heard that he's doing any flyers. I think
No,
he's doing very well. I know that.
He is doing flyers.
Is he?
Monday night flyer, yeah.
Oh, Monday night flyers on his quiet night, yeah.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
I saw there was something on another night as well.
Yeah.
And he's running little Saturday.
But I have
concerts.
interest, Jamie, while you're still on the stream and whilst we've still got some sensible heads on,
Bad shot, Joe.
your statement doesn't... Okay, I'll listen to what you're saying first. I'm a little bit ahead of you, but in many ways. Your statement doesn't mean anything, is my point. Anyway, all the viewers want to see is drama and excitement. What, so no viewers want to see good pool? All they want is a circus. And not everybody watches. And I don't like Monday night pool. So, you know, I don't like the ultimate pool, Monday night, 6 red shootout. So, what you're trying to say is everybody thinks like you do, which is where you go wrong in life, my friend. I, for one, do not like a 6 red shootout, hence why there's not one in this tournament. One day you'll understand that.
Oh, hello, that's a big turning point.
That's a huge turning point. It could be. Right, how long we got left on this shot clock? 9 minutes. So Loon's obviously going to pot this black. Right, so that's interesting. Now, 2-1. 9 minutes 27.
Next frame's huge. Please show.
Don't know what that means, John. Can you do it in English, please, mate? 99%, that's a huge statement. We've already had the conversation about Messi, you're wrong, but carry on.
It's closer to that Messi statement than his tournament statement.
Yeah. 99% of people love the drama of the 6 red. I'll just put this out there, you're wrong. Oh, friends and family who want to tune. Yeah. I'm with you, John. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it's not about the money, is what you're trying to say. Yeah, long way round, but yeah. Unfortunately, Mr. Swayland thinks it's all about the money, and that's all he ever thinks about.
It's all about the money.
All about the money, which is not, you know, look, that's just opinion. I'm not saying he's wrong. It's just opinion.
I'm not saying he's wrong, but he is.
do a poll. Do a poll. He always says do a poll. What, so you can just get on everyone's back to vote your way? Yeah. You bet a good MP, you would.
Reform Chatham. We have that right.
It's a great little double there.
That was close.
Yeah, Josh, you're probably getting closer to the truth than Mr. Swayland there. And Ash, you have hit the nail on the head there. The 6 red shootout for me, if we liken it to a wider audience, it's a bit like the penalty shootout in football. Personally, I hate it. But it works for ratings, and that's why they do it. And everyone has an opinion. Anyway, we are slightly coming away from this. Loon is
got a chance
on
here.
a bit of a roll here.
What's his plan for this year then? Does he know?
He hasn't got a plan for that yet. He'll be working on that in a minute. He thinks he's going to come off a row and try and pot this and get on the one down the top left.
You think he's going to swipe this in?
He's going too deep. He's gone too deep. Yeah.
Has he tried to play a little safety there?
I don't think he played that safe. I think he was trying to pot that big, just got it wrong. But you know.
It's quite a long way off.
Yeah, sorry, Mark. You're absolutely right. And we're back on this match. My opinions, and well, Dave hasn't said a lot. I've been, waffling with the crowd. But right, let's watch this match. So good shot from Joe there.
Oh, he's left him on the double, hasn't he?
He has, and the natural angle comes round. If he just
3 cushions. See you later, mate.
if he can keep this.
Got it. It's very hard, I think.
Does he play the double or does he play this bottom? Yeah, he may play this and come back for the double.
That can never be the right shot. You're on the double. That's the hard ball to get on. You've got to play the double. And you're coming around 3 rounds for a
I
shot.
think I agree with you there, mate. I think he's played the wrong way there.
And also, you're not dealing with your hard ball, are you? You know, I think so many things going in Dan's head. He confuses himself sometimes, you know.
Yeah, it's like a Czechoslovakian 1960s cartoon going on in his head, like someone banging on saucepans with wooden spoons and that, you know. This could be match ball, this. Yeah, that's a great shot. Oh, look, and I realise we're down to 15-second shot clock here. So
Yeah, we are.
So, what does Joe here? Take his medicine on this long
Just
black?
roll this in. I think you only go forward 2 inches, don't you?
Yeah. 3-1 in 5 minutes. Now,
In offs here, if he doesn't hit this right.
oh, well, yeah. I can't see him missing it, but yeah. There you go. Right, so 3-1 Joe. You've got to fancy that puts Joe and Jamie through. Dan has 5 minutes to win 2 frames because don't forget the draw still suits Loon, so he won't feel like he's out of this. If he could pull out somehow a golden break here,
Oh, can you imagine?
a golden break would be
The crowd will erupt.
yeah.
We know we've got 66 viewers open for a 6-red shootout. They're all going to be disappointed here, is the
25.
problem.
Don't know how to break.
Can't happen now, can it? It's physically impossible. Oh, hello. Oh, no.
Oh, got that black moving.
Got it moving. That's half the battle, isn't it?
I'll only make one comment on what you've said there, Jamie. Totally agree with you, mate. Find yourself another club. Because it ain't happening in this club. Not all the time I'll get 64 people spending the sort of money they did on Saturday and giving me a circus. Because I have got bills to pay, my friend. And I totally agree with that as well, Farron. But I will say one more thing, Mr. Swaden. I'll give you a 16-man comp, £100 a man, every Saturday if you want it, provided that every player pays me 50 quid to enter it, over the top of the 100 quid, just to make it worth my while.
It's interesting because in America they run a lot of comps, and they all do have on the flyer, the poster, what you want to call it. They all do have green fee on there.
Yep.
And I've noticed because 9-ball's getting popular in London again.
I take no money out of comps, and you know if that's what you want me to do, I'll run. Oh, hello. Yep. I'll run as many comps as you want, but I've got to earn money out of it, otherwise you won't have a venue. This is for the match, and to put it through, well played, Joe. Unlucky, Loon. I did say earlier on that Loon was at the biggest risk after that match with Luke earlier on, and so it turned out. So I'll update everything. It looks to me like Jamie Hughes has won the group.
Yeah, Hughes has won it. Joe's second. Great call from you, by the way,
4-1.
when Dan was top and flying to say that he was at risk.
Yeah.
It's weird how that works.
Yeah,
isn't
I
it?
know. I just thought he was massively at risk there, but it looks like it's Jamie top of the group, Joe second, Dan third. Obviously, Luke was bottom. We knew that before this match. I thought personally tonight was one of the best we've had so far. I will update everybody tomorrow. Thanks everybody for watching, and we will catch up again next week. Now, next week's, before I go, next week's group includes my co-commentator. Thank you, Dave, for joining me tonight. He will be playing up against Manjit, Shoka and Carl Shepherd and Ben Herring, who came last week for the Flyer, just to see what the tables were like. I understand that he didn't get very far, but there you go. So that's next week's group. Ben Herring, Carl Shepherd, Manjit Shoka, Ronnie Coakley. Congratulations to Jamie and Joe for coming through tonight. The Chavies will be happy. Big up the Chavies.
All the Chavies.
Thanks to Phil for doing the Flyer. Yeah, as Lats, well played Lats, coming down. Nice to see you, mate. I think the Flyer final is going on as we speak. Nathan Glass, I can see, is in it. So we'll update all that tomorrow, and we'll see you all again next week.